gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of nextroundlive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20. Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Alabama, join us over on covercrimson.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on covercrimson.com.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
Looking to expand your business? Let the Next Round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The Next Round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the Next Round.
Hang out with the Next Round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out the Next Round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
No matter the occasion, the Next Round store has you covered with whatever you need. Head over to nextround.store and start filling your cart up now. When you wear your gear, make sure to let us know by posting on socials, and you might just end up seeing yourself during a commercial break. Go browse now at nextround.store and place your order before the break ends.
Since you listened to my last message so well and got rid of those cargo shorts and stained t-shirts, it's time to replace them with Roback. Go to roback.com and click on the Refresh collection to find all that you need for an EG-approved wardrobe. It includes pieces that will have you ready to hit the golf course after a busy day of meetings, or comfy favorites for travel and working from home. Get 20% off using code TNR20. See, I'm saving you some money. As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Auburn, join us over on thebarnauburn.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on thebarnauburn.com.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
If you're looking to expand business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us. Send an email to sales@nextroundlive.com to be a part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platform. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, and reach the most desirable audience for your business. Get information and more by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to take your business to the next level with the Next Round. Do you need some refreshed college wear to represent your team this year? Shop Roback's Game Day collection that includes both Alabama and Auburn. From quarter zips to hoodies, Roback has it all. Get 20% off on us using code TNR20 at roback.com.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we're rolling into a Friday now. Do you know 1 year ago, we didn't do a show on this day because we were driving back from Dallas in SEC Media Days? We were dark on the Friday after SEC Media Day.
The only thing, I remember two things about it.
That
randomly,
I bitched about it.
In Monroe, Louisiana, I could not find a hotel room.
That's right.
And number two is I stopped at one of my favorite nostalgic restaurants, the original Superior Grill in Shreveport.
The whole crew did. We all ate at Superior. We all ended up in the same hotel by the grace of God.
It was all Thursday night, yeah. And then Friday we were no
Do you
show.
remember the other thing that happened Friday?
I don't.
Do you? It was that great computer outage in America. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of shows couldn't go on.
That's right.
Was that the day Southwest Airline crapped the bed too? Or it was affecting the airlines, I think. People couldn't get flights out of Dallas.
I wouldn't want to name which airline it was, but it
Well,
seemed
you
like
remember Southwest had a bad day.
it seems like everybody was having problems at terminals and
That's right.
stuff.
Yeah, that was the great computer outage in America that day. So even had we made it back, there was a chance we couldn't even do a show.
Yeah, 1 year ago today.
That
and
drive
here-
was
here-
miserable.
Oh, you think?
I was on the drive over to Atlanta, and even when we got there, I was talking to Taylor and Forrester and EG about my favorite part of the trip to Dallas. I think was the ride out. The ride back was hard. Taylor, of course, said, I don't remember any of it.
She slept the whole time.
she had the best sleep of her life there and back. All right, ready to go. Got a lot of college football to get into the show. Also, in the middle hour 2, Myles Morgan will be on the show. He's at Iron City, sold out show, but maybe you can get some secondary market tickets. In fact, I think I saw on his social platform, if you DM him, he may have a pair of free tickets for you. He's got a giveaway going.
My man's fishing, isn't he?
Yeah, well, probably that. I thought Dunaway might be joking too.
No.
We'll have to ask him what his...
So you're hinting that Myles doesn't want me to DM
No,
him.
we'll ask him what his relationship status is before I make the case that he's just fishing. But that is, by the way, if he is, I'm the one in here not wearing a hat. Tip of the hat. That's pretty smart.
By the way, can you trust the profile picture?
Nope.
Or not even the profile. Can you trust posts now on social media at all?
No.
An example, I had a friend last week. He was like, I'm going to see this girl that I used to
hang out with.
air quotes. Yeah, hang out with. He's like, but I haven't seen her in 15, 20 years. He was like,
But she looks good on Instagram.
But she looks pretty good. And I was like, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be filters. And I get a text the next day, I've got to get out of here. I absolutely have to escape.
I'm chained to the furnace.
I've told this story on the air, and I think you guys did it at some point, but I was doing overnights at a radio station that plays Christmas music starting in October, I believe.
Is it magical?
In Birmingham. It's a magical place. And I was doing overnights. My voice was not even on the air. Like, I would play the bumpers of somebody else's voice that would say continuous music from Magic, whatever station.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, it was Magic 96? That's who you were talking about? Okay. I don't know why we were being...
I forget what floor it was on.
Was it the same building they're in now?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what building they're in now.
I think it was a fifth.
Yeah, I was going to say fifth or sixth.
I worked there for a second.
Okay, so I was in college. So the older DJs, they had a pair of binoculars. And so they told me that occasionally you get phone calls overnight, and I was single and very young. I was in college. And, people would call up on the hotline, and you would talk to them, and some girls would call, and sometimes they'd want to come by. And the old joke was you have to get them getting out of the car binoculars before you buzz them up, let them up.
This isn't creepy at all.
No, it really is.
Is this the girl you met with the Adam's apple on the hood at the state park?
No.
This one didn't come from the Magic lot?
No. This was later on local TV.
Was that when Bert and Kurt were doing the morning show? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Do y'all remember Bert and Kurt?
I remember the name.
My mom. See, I grew up in Anniston, so I didn't get the Mark and Brian and all that. You guys, John Ed and Tommy Charles, the legends here.
Tony Curry.
Tony, yeah. I got a little bit of Tony on Rock 99, but
I don't think Bert and Kurt were on 96, were they?
They were. I think that's where they started, and they ended up on oldies.
Wait, was Bert or Kurt the one that got shot in the head?
Oh, God, Lance?
No.
I didn't think that happened. One of them was an ordained minister, I believe.
Well, one of the 96
I don't remember
Magic
that.
96 guys got shot in the head, rolled up in the carpet, and thrown in water. It's a true story. You look at me like I made this up.
Well, I'm not. I'm just looking at you like I've lived in Birmingham forever and I've never heard this story.
I've lived here my whole life. I've never heard this story.
I cannot believe you guys don't remember
I
this.
don't. No. But I do. What I was going to say is in Anniston.
How's that not on Netflix?
I mean, really? In Anniston, my mom, driving me to school every day, used to listen to Bert and Kurt. And I viewed them as like the best morning show in Birmingham because it's what my mom listened to, driving me to school. But then I get over here and y'all are like, oh, Mark and Brian and TC and John Ed. And I'm like, I never heard those guys.
Yeah.
I didn't hear them. I didn't know who they were.
I mean, how's that not a Netflix series if it's like 45 minutes of uninterrupted music until? That's the trailer for the shot.
See, I got
rolled up and thrown into
I
the
know. When we return on Behind the Music. I got Rick and Bubba before everybody else because growing up over in Anniston, Q104 in Gadsden was a big deal. And when Rick brought Bubba in, Rick started at K98 in Oxford where he had Butt Naked Friday.
Yeah.
And I used to
about Rick and Bubba.
Rick and Bubba,
show,
yeah, as I said a few moments ago. Yeah. Rick was at K98, and I used to listen to him in the mornings. And then he moved to Q104, so I followed him. And then I remember when he and Bubba got together. So I'm an OG.
Yeah,
I used to listen to
Joe
them.
Madison, 1996.
Okay, that's not Bert or Kurt. So Joe Madison?
Uh-huh.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys don't remember that story.
I don't remember that story.
Don't.
It was nuts.
I mean, had to be. I was at NBC 13 then. Had to be on local news.
I would think.
Wait, I guess you were doing sports then. So
Yeah. He was probably bitching about how much it cut into his sportscast.
Yeah.
He's got to drop a story
Guy's
about
dead.
Stanford starting spring practice. Janice Rogers probably had that story. Fran Curry. Melina Cunningham, somebody was out on that story.
I'm a little
NBC
surprised.
13 days.
More DJ shot and killed than you would think.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Yeah, it probably started with the binoculars.
maybe.
Absolutely. All right, we'll get into our SEC football coverage brought to you by our friends at Baptist Health. Brownie, tell me about the great folks at Baptist Health who brought us our SEC Media Day coverage all week.
they were our exclusive sponsor of SEC Media Days. We appreciate them doing it so much, and I hope you do as well. You guys love the coverage of SEC Media Days. It was made possible by our friends at Baptist Health in partnership with Orlando Health. Baptist Health celebrating a new day in healthcare, and through this partnership will advance in providing innovative and compassionate patient care, strengthening the organization's mission to improve the health and quality of life of the individuals and communities that they serve and that we live in. It is Central Alabama's only private, not-for-profit, faith-based healthcare system dedicated to providing high-quality, accessible care for the communities of Central Alabama. It is Baptist Health.
If you're scoring at home, I mentioned Myles Morgan being on the show in the second hour, which led to DJs being shot and Brownie running through old radio stations and morning shows there. That's how we got through that. Myles Morgan, country singer, Iron City, in studio coming up, part of the second hour on the show today, and he likely, voice permitting, will sing a song for us before his big show in town coming up. You'll want to download his music. I've already added four songs to my golf playlist for the weekend.
Hey, speaking of music real quick, just because you guys are country music fans, we had this debate at dinner the other night. Somebody was trying to say that Morgan Wallen has gotten almost as big as Taylor Swift. And I was like, I know he's huge, but there ain't nobody close to her.
In country, yes. In country, he's bigger than her, but in music, no.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the overall.
No.
Like, nobody is going to release an album the same day Taylor Swift is, right?
Well, I mean, I would say this. I would say that we probably all underestimated Beyonce. At least I did.
Yeah.
I learned four shows.
I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson the hard way.
After being there 4 shows at Mercedes-Benz, wrapping up her tour, basically.
If I was a promoter, I would have been like, man, 2 shows, I think we can sell it out for 2.
Yeah.
We can't make it 3.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Stadium's big.
So I put Beyonce and Taylor Swift really close.
Yeah, okay.
And then I would go Morgan Wallen next.
I would have said
and
this,
I don't know what the gap is, but it's close. I mean, you do a lot more extremes in 4 downs than that comment, whoever made that comment.
Of Morgan Wallen and Taylor Swift?
He sells out stadiums, and his albums, there are 32 songs every time. You can they're never 12, and they're all bangers, and they all have a formula to them. He puts one good catchphrase and a couple of good lyrics, and he sings them over and over, and and I eat them like they're cereal.
Well, hey, look, I'm not doubting the beast that he's become because it's the perfect storm. I mean, there's a lot of guys our age that like his music. All the women from teenage girls to soccer moms, want to get naked with the guy. So it's like perfect formula.
Yeah.
So I'm not doubting that. I am just saying the Taylor Swift thing we were talking about, and we've done this a couple of times. The only person that could actually shut down the internet with a death, a celebrity death, would be Taylor Swift.
Yes. Right now, that would be the case. It would be Elvis-like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For a certain population. Like Elvis Elvis is much bigger. I shouldn't have said that, but it would be big.
I don't know at that point. I mean, I think Taylor Swift I've never seen anything like this since I've been alive.
I would tell you this, Morgan, I did a disrespect to Morgan Wallen's music when I was just laying out his format there.
It sounded pretty good.
Like 20 Cigarettes is a great song and a great concept. I mean, he's got a pack of cigarettes and he walks out of a party to go have a smoke, and then a girl joins him and bums a cigarette, and then
percentage of Americans that smoke cigarettes. I know this, by the way.
I'm going to say 27.
Brown?
Oh, you know it because I asked it at Odie's Trivia.
No, it's 11%.
No.
I mean, that number's really dropped off.
That's
so
good. That's
I wonder
good.
how that song really relates to people now.
Well, it goes from pack of 20 cigarettes, he out there lights one, then a girl bums one, and then they decide to leave the party,
Because if she smokes, she pokes?
Yeah, and then 17, he lights his 17 cigarettes, so it goes through the whole night of smoking that pack of cigarettes. It's a good concept for a song, 20 cigarettes.
Do you remember how bad somebody used to taste the ashtray?
Yeah.
The makeouts back in high school.
God, that sounds terrible.
Just at SEC Media Days, EG and I did not go up on an elevator. We were leaving. I think Brown, Forrester, and Taylor were still down in the bar area. We were going up in the elevator, and we opted to wait for another elevator because of one person's cigarette smell.
The secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
We got some damn. I'll tell you, 11. It ain't 11% of this building.
No,
it's about 40% of this building.
But
smokes.
some of them too. Like they get off the elevator, and I get on, and the elevator closes, and I feel like I'm in a club in the '80s.
We've got a new business on the third floor, and it's all Europeans. And I don't know if you've noticed them. Yeah,
I didn't know this either. Lance told me this.
Man, I mean, every time I'm walking in or out there, they're on the corner smoking.
Lance, we walked
Imports,
out.
exports?
We don't know.
I
Do you know,
can't
Tyler?
really.
Do you know what they do?
I don't. I haven't seen them actually. I was thinking of the other person that every time they walk off the elevator, the smoke cloud punches you in the face like an old cartoon. It is brutal.
Yeah, it is.
Tyler and I rode down yesterday, and we were hopping on elevator 3 from us, and I said, we got the elevator. It smells like a zoo.
It's not that, but it's a shell corp. I mean, it's not legitimate.
Yeah, Lance told me, he's like, we were walking out one day, he goes, Brown, this is the new business on the third floor. They're all European. I was like, what are you talking about?
By the way, I hadn't seen them in 2
talking,
weeks.
They're talking a different language. I'm like, oh my God.
I hadn't seen them for like 3 straight weeks. It was nonstop. I haven't seen them in 2 weeks. So they might have already shut the doors.
Developing news, so we'll go right to break line. Throw your glasses on.
Okay, we got breaking news.
Yeah, break line.
These are my actual glasses. I brought these out of my car, so I'm going to wear the ones I wear every day. All right, go ahead.
Wow, those are better looking than mine.
Of course they are. Go ahead. Just read the news. Don't play that game.
I love that. I love those options right there. Before you tell me about Breakline, Hulu is actually got a docuseries coming out about North Carolina and Bill Belichick.
Already, huh?
Created.
This guy's been there for 4 or 5 months.
Created by
Jordan Hudson.
Jordan Hudson.
Yep.
She's really the executive producer of this?
She's in on the mix. Remember that she wanted to be part of the team that was going to do the Hard Knocks version.
Yeah, well, this shows you why that didn't happen.
And they opted out. So they've shopped it around, and it's a Hulu series on it coming up. So she'll get that. Brought to you by our friends at Breakline.
Yeah, BreaklineOptics.com. We show you our Breakline glasses all the time. These are the ones I wear on the daily basis. If you're watching us on video, they are comfortable. They are durable. Jim
glasses.
says they are good-looking glasses, which you could not get a better looking than Jim's, of course.
Did you wear those when we played last Friday?
I did not. I wore a different pair. I got a different pair I keep in my golf bag that I wear. Those are the ones where the lenses are tinted specifically for golf, and I thought that was I'm just going to be honest with you. When they told us this, I was like, yeah. I put them on, and I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Tight shot on me, Forrester.
What?
How many pairs do you have?
I've got 2, Jim.
Two. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Ben.
I've only got
Two.
How many do you have?
No, you've got 2. You were given one, and then you took the other ones from over here.
Tyler still hasn't gotten his. I haven't forgotten you.
Yeah.
Forrester has his.
I'll be soon to be one.
I gifted the other pair. I was giving it away to spread the brake line love.
Yeah.
I bet I can guess who you gave it to.
Who?
Well, I don't want to say on the air.
Because you could be wrong.
It was one of my golfing buddies who plays in a different group, and I felt like if I gave him a pair, then the 7 friends he plays with would want the brake line.
I was assuming the Roback shirt you gave away. That I thought you might have given it to the same guy.
No, I think he sports his own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, BrakeLineOptics.com. BrakeLineOptics.com. That's where you go to find these. They are very durable. They're well put together. They withstand. They're built to be outdoors, so they withstand the salt water, the ocean water, the lake water, the pool water, all right there. BrakeLineOptics.com. BrakeLineOptics.com.
And let's go ahead and do a Vulcan Tire and Automotive, a leaderboard update from the British Open before we get into our college football. Tell us about Vulcan Tire.
Yeah, it looks like scoring is pretty good over there right now. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, great locations throughout the Birmingham area. Get it serviced before you get on the road. Whether you're heading to the lake, the beach, anywhere across the country, make sure the car is properly serviced, bumper to bumper. If you're rolling on old tires, best tire pricing in Birmingham. It's time for the upgrade. Mention the next round. They're going to take care of you there at Vulcan Tire and Automotive. For more information, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Jim, SEC Power at the top of the leaderboard.
God, he is cooking today.
Jim.
Matt Fitzpatrick?
No, Brian Harmon. SEC Power at the top of the leaderboard.
Georgia Bulldog.
Georgia Bulldog. 8 under par, 65 for the former champ. 8 under par, 65, or 8 under par. He shot a 65, excuse me, today.
Damn, that's a hell of a
That's getting after it. That's getting after it. Terrell Hatton just behind him. That has been a popular pick. Matt Fitzpatrick hanging in there as well. He just started. He's at 5 under par. Harris English at 4 under, Jim. SEC Power, Harris English.
That is LSU.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Dang it.
Georgia Bulldogs. Rory McIlroy with a good round today.
You're not really trained if you only get the trick right 1 out of every 5 times.
Interesting story to start today. J.S. Olison, who was one of the surprise leaders after day 1, the first hole here at Royal Portrush is one of the hardest starting holes in all of golf. There's a out of bounds down the right side, which is the boundary of the course, and there's a very controversial out of bounds down the left side. So he steps up on the first tee, overnight leader. What's he do? Blows it out of bounds right.
Wow.
What is your very next swing when you blow it out of bounds right?
You pull it left.
Out of bounds left.
Oh, wow.
Out of bounds off the first tee.
Don't
back
see
to back.
that a lot, do you?
You do not see that a lot in golf. Hard to do that one.
Was it a rough night?
He goes from leader to possibly missing the cut?
Gave it all the way in one hole. Made a quad to start the round there.
I'll tell you, the cut line, it's gotten skinny. I mean, current cut line +1.
Yeah, and DeChambeau, who was awful yesterday, has fought it all the way back to +1, so he's going to live on the cut line for a little bit.
Yeah, interesting. Scheffler's out on the course. We'll keep you updated on the leaderboard throughout the day. Thanks to our friends at Vulcan Tire and Automotive. All right, to college football. They do this every year at CBS Sports. Blue chip ratio. 4- and 5-star recruits on a roster. It has given you the national championship. They started doing it in 2011.
So they've never missed.
They've never missed. And there are 18 teams that fit the criteria this year. And I'll make a point about them coming up in just a second. But there are 18 teams that fit the criteria this year. It involves 4- and 5-star recruits. It involves doesn't count transfers, which is it's a recruiting-based model, which is interesting.
I would guess 15 are SEC Big Ten.
I would imagine a lot of them are. I'll run through the list for you, get your reaction.
I think it's 15, bro.
But they make a point that you don't necessarily, this isn't to predict who makes the college football playoffs. You can get to the playoffs without meeting this criteria of having a roster of over 50% 4- and 5-star athletes.
Yeah, hello, Boise, Indiana, TCU years ago.
But as they point out, once you get into a playoff, whether it's a 12-team or a 4-team or a BCS championship game, it's a different level to win the thing. And you gotta have a roster stacked with 4- and 5-stars to do this. This is from CBS Sports. By the way, Ohio State last year, 90% of their roster, the highest since it started, of champions was 4 and 5 star guys.
Okay.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Michigan the year before was 54%.
Does it affect your 4 and 5 if you get guys that came in as a no stars or a 3-star and then they transfer out and they end up being a great player?
No, that does not count. Does not hurt you or help you if you pull in a star from somebody else. These were when recruited 4 and 5 star roster guys, called the blue chip ratio. Florida State makes the list at 54%.
Yeah. So they say you have to be above 50%,
yeah,
right?
This is how good the roster is at Florida State. They still have 54% of 4 or 5 star guys.
Yeah, this would, again, I think Alabama will go down to Doak Campbell and they'll end up winning this game going away. But much like any heavyweight fight, you got a puncher's chance. When you've got 54% of your roster is that talented.
Yeah. And this is it. You're going to get some of these who you are going to be like, they sort of underachieved. But 54% is exactly what Michigan was when they won the national championship in 2023.
Now, I would say the difference there is Harbaugh and his coaching staff did a great job of coaching those guys up and keeping them together for a full cycle. You don't see that a lot now.
Tennessee is at 54%. Clemson is at 55%.
Only 55%.
That's surprising.
That is very surprising. The way Clemson normally recruits, the fact they would only be 55%.
USC is at 57%.
Very believable.
Michigan is 57%. There's a trio of schools at 64%. One of them, Miami. One of them, Florida. And one of them, Auburn.
At what percent?
64%.
Would you say that is better than the perceived roster that Auburn has? That percentage is better than what people perceive Auburn's roster from the outside.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, again, you're talking about a team that hadn't had a winning record since 2020.
And there is so much talk by Hugh Freeze about digging out of this hole. And so many people bury Brian Harsin for not recruiting, and the end of the Gus Malzahn era, even though that would have cycled out by now, for not recruiting. They're in the same level as, say those teams again.
Yeah. Miami, Florida, same level as them. Ahead of Michigan, USC, Clemson.
I don't
Tennessee.
think people view Auburn's roster better than those.
No.
But that's what Hugh has done since he got there, because remember, most of the Harsin people left, and this is only a 4-year window. For those that are piling on Hugh Freeze, there's one moving a positive into Hugh's corner. Got a recruit yesterday, 4-star offensive tackle Wilson Zaire.
I mean, that is a positive until you go 5 and 7
again. You got to win with it. It's never a positive.
Penn State is next at 68%.
No surprise.
Oklahoma is next at 70%.
Dangerous team.
You like them Sooners, don't you?
Notre Dame is next at 73%. You scare me when you make a note.
No, I mean, this busted my number because I said that I thought that it was going to be 15 or 14, but I figured Clemson, Miami, and Notre Dame would be the 3. I didn't realize Florida State would be on this list, but I think we're out of those now. I think the rest is going to be Big Ten and SEC.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
As I look at the list, LSU is also 73%.
By the way, that's a big number. Like, you're continuing to go up here, but when 3 out of 4 are on that list, that's a big number.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, transfers, if I read this correctly, transfers don't count when you bring the transfers in, and then you lose when your 4 or 5-star guy bolts. So it's a pretty good roster retention there. Texas, 78%.
No surprise.
Oregon, 78%.
How high on the list are we right now?
Well, there's 4 teams left.
Okay. So you've done 14.
Remember, Ohio State won it with 90% last year. Michigan the year before won it with 54%. Georgia before that won it with 77% and 80%. Last time Alabama won it, 83%. When LSU won it with all those players, 64%. Last time Clemson won it, 61%. Time Alabama won it in 2017, 80%. So these are all the ones.
83% and 80%.
Yeah, so here's the ones that are over 80%. Ready for reaction? You may want to flash the lights here. 82%. Gig 'em, Texas A&M.
It's really not a surprise.
I don't know how they don't do more with it.
I mean, they'll end up winning 8 games.
Yep, 8-game Texas A&M. That's who they are. I don't know how they don't do more with it, but they don't. They don't, but they recruit.
More than the last 2 times they won the national championship. Georgia with 84%.
Wow.
Not quite as good.
I was about to say, there's 2 teams you haven't mentioned.
Not quite as good as the last time they won the national championship. Ohio State had 90% last year, 89% this year.
Well, you still haven't mentioned a team.
And you're to the end, I believe.
And again, 90% is the highest since they've been doing this in 2011. That was Ohio State last year. More than any time they won the national championship. Alabama also at 89%. the same roster according to the blue chip ratio as in Columbus, Ohio.
Again, this is a massive year for Kalen DeBoer. Everybody's going to give you a pass in year 1, but when you've got 89% of your roster, and he's a great coach. This is one of the reasons I think Kalen DeBoer is primed to win a national championship this year.
All of our picks for the title, mine is at 73%, Brown at 78%, and LT's now at 89% of blue chip ratio. CBS Sports, if you want to read the whole criteria and everything that they put into that, but it has picked the national champion every year since 2011. That takes you back to the BCS.
Oh, I will
2 teams.
guarantee you the national champion is on that list.
Yeah, you give 18 teams. It's hard to come from outside that window.
I mean, you just tell me who else Ole Miss wasn't on the list.
Ole Miss just missed the list.
South Carolina was not on the list.
Nope.
South Carolina not on the list.
I can't with a straight face say a Big 12 team.
Are you a little bit surprised at Ole Miss?
I am.
That they're not there? Yeah. I mean, it's below 50%.
He does so much through the portal.
It's true.
And that doesn't count on
this.
that.
Yeah.
So it's not that their roster may not be there, but he didn't do it recruiting.
Was Florida on that list?
Yeah.
Florida is on the list.
Those are really
64%.
Ole Miss is really the only one that jumps out to me.
Yeah, I would have thought they would be above 50%. Even with all his portal stuff, I would have thought above 50%.
Yeah. That's 18. That's 18 good football programs right there.
It is.
Yeah, you got your winner in there again.
Yeah, that's the blue chip ratio. CBS Sports, and I forget whether CBS uses 24/7 or Rivals, but that's who it's tied with. Maybe On3 with those folks right there. Speaking of On3, we'll talk about their NIL valuations and what Auburn actually has done with their roster, spending money. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on the show as we get to some more college football in our next segment. The show today being brought to you by a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our buddy Dr. B, the guy that has LT's hair ready for another football season. But blowing through the air when he makes the trip. Where are you going this year, LT? There's no game in Tennessee.
Oh, I know where I'm going this year. I found this out yesterday and I get asked this every year. I was on with our friends Chip and Zay, and they brought up the Red River Shootout. And I said, look, when you guys decide to move the kick time from 11 o'clock, I'm there. And they're like, dude, it's 2:30 this year. And I said, I'm there.
You said, get my guns.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested, they're going to hook it up. And I am, for the first time ever, October 11th, going to be there that weekend for Oklahoma, Texas. 5-0 Oklahoma, 3-2 Texas. Yeah.
Well, let that hair flow when you get out there to the Red River.
Take off my cowboy hat.
When you're eating a corn dog.
For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. He will use that experience, his advanced training, genetic testing, to help his patients fully understand the procedures they are considering. Call Dr. Beckenstein and that great staff today. Tell them the next round sent you. 205-319-0316. I do that non-invasive treatment. Did it last night. By the way, when I binged 6 straight hours of Netflix, which I will tell you guys about when we get to the viewing menu. The non-invasive treatment 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time. Hair is more than doubled in thickness. T3's got that new test. Easy, painless, affordable. Takes seconds to perform. Stop wasting your money. Critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Come see Dr. B and find out what will work. 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, t3hair.net.
Just yesterday, my wife was telling me that she put somebody in our neighborhood on Brad Bell to redo their master bathroom because the word had gotten around what great work he did on our house. So another one in my neighborhood flipped over to Brad Bell there. If you're tired of an outdated room in your house, perhaps it's the master bath, the kitchen, or the master bedroom closets, Brad can help you out. He specializes in those 3 rooms I mentioned. That's not to say it's all he does, but it's what he specializes in. And the reason that's important is you're going to get your money back, perhaps a little bit on that when you go to sell your house, and it's going to be more functional and enjoyable while you live in your house. Here's Brad's number, 205-422-1758. That's 205-422-1758. Scott shows you a ton of before and afters of the master bath in the Brown house. If you want to see more, go to alabamabathremodels.com. That's Brad's website. Shows you all the work he's done. alabamabathremodels.com. That is alabamabathremodels.com.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We know emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere. With 6 ER locations throughout Central Alabama, Baptist Health is ready to provide expert care if you're facing one. When you choose Baptist Health, you'll find a place where chaos meets calm and uncertainty finds answers, giving you more reasons to choose well. To learn more about our high-quality emergency services, visit baptisthealthal.com/ER. baptisthealthal.com/ER. That's baptisthealthal.com/ER.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
New Life Art is proud to announce Daniel A. Moore's upcoming Alabama basketball painting, Buzzer Beater. Closing out the regular season, Alabama and Auburn faced off in a top 10 matchup. With less than 1 second remaining in overtime and the game tied at 91, Mark Sears launched a 15-foot floater that sealed the Tide's victory. Visit DanielMooreArt.com and see the artist's preliminary sketch of this historic Bama win. And take advantage of special pre-production pricing for Buzzer Beater.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
All right, Auburn fans, I want you to become a member of thebarnauburn.com and join in on the fun. Whether it's recruiting discussions, off-season chatter, or the latest Auburn athletics news, we've got it all. Get $25 off your annual subscription when you sign up for your account at thebarnauburn.com today. War Eagle.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1? Find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2? Stream it now. Miss Hour 3? Download it for later. Miss Hour 4? Well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
before we do our spotlight today, if you would, LT, tell us about our friends at Company Distilling, the great folks who are now available in Alabama.
Yeah, our friend Morgan is up here with some bourbon. We got to introduce him to Company Distilling. We've actually got a couple of bottles up here, I think still, if it hasn't been knocked out when we were on the road. If you know whiskey, you probably know Jeff Arnett, the former master distiller at Jack Daniels. After nearly 20 years, he set out to build something on his own. He has built Company Distilling to be a brand rooted in craftsmanship, authenticity, and community. It's not just whiskey, it's a spirit worth sharing, now available in Alabama. Not only Alabama, the ABC stores across our great state, also Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina. Company Distilling, worth the pour. If you can't find it on the shelf, just ask your local store to order it in. Spirits this good deserve to be shared. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Please enjoy responsibly.
The College Football Spotlight
is presented by our guy, Alexander Shinora, Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shinora.com. Shinora.com is where to start when you're in need of a trial attorney. He's an Alabama guy, and he wanted to create a firm that could handle anything his community faced. Well, they now not only handle any personal injury claim, but claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, and a host of other claims. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, Alexander Shinora Trial Attorneys, Shinora.com, Shinora.com. Alabama wide receiver Ryan Williams, according to On3 Sports, has agreed to an NIL deal with, if you're a college or professional athlete, this is, if you get an individual deal with this company, in the athletics world, this is about as good as it gets.
Nike, Gatorade.
You both said it right away.
Yep.
Nike has signed a deal with Alabama wide receiver Ryan Williams.
Wow, that's big. I wonder if that changes his valuation at On3 Sports. I'll give you that in a second.
Well, I tell you what, Pete Nako says it is, so it may have changed. I don't know, but Pete includes it in his story. Shedeur Sanders signed this brand deal last year, so this is a deal somewhat similar, I don't know price-wise, to what Ryan Williams has signed, but this is the way the old basketball recruiting game used to work.
Oh, yeah, George Raveling, one of the best.
They used to get them in high school, Nike, Adidas, or whatever, and then would walk them all the way up to the NBA with it.
You know, a lot of these guys get lifetime contracts, and you just wonder how long it is before. Like, have you guys seen enough of Ryan Williams to believe if he stays healthy, he is going to be a top-flight receiver in the NFL?
I believe he's going to be drafted like one. I mean, you never know if it's going to pan out that way, but he's going to be drafted like one,
I would agree with that. You know, a little, you know, he's not the big receiver that sometimes is instant success in the NFL, but I think he'll be successful in the NFL.
Eric Forrester has pulled the Nike release there.
Yeah. Very dynamic on social media, so he's a great marketing guy. The valuation before this story, On3 Sports, had him 15th in college athletics overall at $2.7 million.
That's the number Pete uses, so they did not adjust it based on that.
Is Arch number one?
I'm going to get into that right now. But, Arch is number one by a lot. But that's big for Ryan Williams. You think he's not to the point yet where in this deal he could have worked out a percentage?
You never know. You never know anymore. I mean, I think anybody that's ever paid attention knows the story of Barkley and Jordan doing that. So I'm sure everybody tries that with Nike.
Yeah, the problem is, I mean, there's probably ways to, on certain divisions, and maybe you get a point here or there, but Nike's only got so many points
that
they're going to give up. Yeah.
I mean, if Jordan has a certain number and Barkley's got some, I mean, I would imagine the guy who owns Nike wants to keep a few.
I mean, Phil Knight's like, I'm good with the rest of these. I'll take them.
I think everybody that has financial guys, they want to get to the point where you get equity out of what you're actually endorsing.
But even if not equity, I mean, I'm sure there are different ways you could do it, you know, based on sales and you know, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, he could have equity in his brand. Like if Ryan Williams ever has a shoe that comes out, then obviously he would get a percentage of that.
I mean, I am sure every agent, you know, that represents a Ryan Williams or a Caleb Downs or whoever the college football player is, they all know that story.
Yeah.
So I'm sure when Nike comes to them, that's one of the first things they ask.
Because, by the way, you negotiate that deal in perpetuity you are getting that as well.
That's right. You're the one that gets paid.
Yeah. Coming forever and ever. So Ryan Williams, 15th on this list. I want to make some points on this On3 valuation list that they dropped, the top 100 college athletes, and they're all men's football and basketball. Arch Manning is number one. $6.8 million. 9 of the top 10 are college football. I'll give you that number again. I saw it turn your head. A.J. Dabata, BYU, is the only basketball player in the top 10. So he's the BYU guy. He is 4th on the list at $4.1 million a year.
Okay, so like, how do we figure his valuation outside of the fact that BYU paid him a fortune?
Yeah. Well, it's what he would be available, not on 3, but I assume what they think his marketing value would be and the money that he could make in true NIL form is what they're saying. Arch is $6.8 million. Next is Carson Beck, $4.3 million. Jeremiah Smith, the only non-quarterback football player in the top 10, at $4.2 million.
It's interesting that his is that much more than Ryan Williams. I mean, Ohio State is obviously a very high-profile program, but so is Alabama.
I think he is, I don't want to say he's twice as good. He is definitely better. Like, I don't think there's any NFL team right now, if a general manager, and both these guys go in the top 10, but I think 32 at 32 would take Jeremiah Smith.
Good to be quarterback. Good to be quarterback in the SEC because you get a lot of games on ABC, ESPN. Number 5 on the On3 Sports list, $3.8 million valuation, Garrett Nussmeier.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah.
Number 6, Lenore Sellers, $3.6 million. DJ Lagway, $3.5 million. Cade Klubnik, $3.4. Drew Allard, $3.1. And Sam Levitt, Arizona State, $3.1. That's your top 10.
Okay, but how many of those top 10 are making more this year than their valuation from Deloitte?
I don't think Arch is. He might be. Carson's going to be right on it. I would assume Jeremiah is close to it. I don't think Nussmeier's getting $3.8 million. Do you?
I mean, he just got married.
Yeah.
What does that have to do?
She's like, what are we making in NIL this year, just in case it doesn't work out at the next level?
Lenore Sellers, I mean, I would imagine South Carolina had to open up to keep him, had to pay him a lot to get him, and open up to keep him at $3.6 million.
I think he is going to be great, but again, a lot of these guys are incompletes, right?
They are, but you know what? And I know a lot of people hate NIL, and I understand why. But the stories of the Marcus Duprees of the world, this at least gives you an option for that never to happen.
Yep.
So take Arch Manning. Marcus Dupree was considered the top recruit in football. People were all over that guy, right? Much like Eric Dickerson and the running backs of that age. So let's say this day and age, Arch Manning, let's say he's not a Manning, he's Arch Thompson, and he comes to Texas and his valuation is $6.8 million. All right. And let's say he makes that, so agent's going to get, $500,000, $600,000 off that, taxes. He's probably going to walk away with, $3 million of that?
Yeah.
If he never pans out, if he gets hurt, he doesn't get drafted, whatever the case is, a $3 million nest egg is a pretty good nest egg to start on outside of college. And if you just give half effort in class and get a degree, and you're going to find a job, and you've started with a $3 million nest egg.
Yeah.
I mean,
Marcus Dupree went on and got millions from the USFL.
Oh, he did. But if you watch the 40 for 40, he's driving a dump truck.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, safe investment.
He got his millions.
He did.
$3 million, you can make $100,000 a year just drawing interest.
Yeah, I mean, so it would be a very nice nest egg. I mean, none of us graduated college with anything close to $3 million. I think I might have had $3,000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, imagine starting your life off with $3 million.
Couple of interesting notes in the top 100. We told you the top 10. Bryce Underwood is 11th, just missing the top 10 at $3 million. Hasn't played it down yet. Any Texas Tech guys I named yet?
Not yet. My guy's spending money, though.
He's spending money. He's got the 12th guy on the list valuation-wise. Basketball player, J.T. Toppin.
I mean, he's a good player, but I want my guy. I want my guy spending his money on football. I want Texas Tech to become a national power because this guy's got $4 billion and he runs the NIL.
20th on the list, Yaxel Lindenberg from UAB, now at Michigan, $2.3 million. Wow.
I got to tell you, how AK convinced him to stay one more year. I mean, he could have gotten maybe not that level, but very close to it after his first year at UAB. And somehow AK convinced him to stay one more year.
Okay. You Auburn fans, if you're wondering how Hugh Freeze and company spent some money in the offseason, again, these are not the numbers they spent. Some people believe on this next one I'm telling you it is, but it's not necessarily the number they spent, but this is what On3 does on the valuation. I would imagine coaches and GMs don't really love this list because I'm sure this is the price you go in and ask for. 25th on this list overall out of 100. Jackson Arnold, $2 million valuation. That's sort of the rumor.
Well, that's the rumor of what he got paid, yeah.
33rd on this list, Cam Coleman, $1.8 million.
Of course, today he's probably telling his agent, look at Ryan Williams' number. I'm not saying Cam Coleman and Ryan Williams. I mean, you can argue who's the better one. I'm just saying in state, he's probably telling his guy, look at Ryan Williams' number. I want more.
This will blow your body get a skirt up right here. 36 on the list out of 100 On3 Sports valuation of all college athletes. 36 on this list at $1.7 million. Left tackle Xavier Chaplin, who came to Auburn in the portal.
How much?
$1.7 million.
I mean,
boy, left tackle to make that kind of money in NIL deals is tough.
Yeah, I guess USC just didn't want to pay it.
Eric Singleton.
It's gotta make you feel good.
Eric Singleton is 72nd on this list. Ahead of the next Alabama player, which is Keelan Russell on 74 on this list. Caden Proctor is 88 on this list.
That's a little surprising because Caden Proctor's got potential to be
the number one overall guy.
Maybe the number one overall if the team needs tackle. And I think we all saw how engaging.
Oh, he's going to win a lot of people over.
He is. I mean, I think he could sell a product pretty good. That's an interesting valuation.
He smells good, too.
He's got a very pleasant smell, much like Pitbull, according to Greg Sankey.
One more, and we'll move off of this. But this will excite Little T and anybody whose last name is Pearl. 2 Auburn Tiger basketball players make the top 100. Keyshawn Murphy at 69th on the list, and Keyshawn Hall at 77th on the list.
And what's the number there? Do you have their
I did not write down the number, but I would...
we're outside the millions at that point?
We're going to be right around
close,
the millions.
Did you already give us Tahad's?
Tahad is not on the top 100 list.
Oh, why?
How is that possible?
Yeah. Unless I missed it. I'll do a double fact check in the break
unless
here.
a DUI hurts the brand.
No, but if the 2 Keyshawns are there, Tahad's got to be there.
He's got to be.
Yeah.
I may have missed it running through it pre-show there, but I did not have him on the list. It does seem like valuation-wise.
Oh, he'd have to be in front of them.
Can you give a quick definition of what valuation is?
Well, valuation is just, in theory, what you're worth in the open market. I mean, that's an easy way of putting it as it relates to NIL. There, On3 is saying, in an NIL market, we think this guy could earn this. That would be his valuation.
Well, and I'll tell you, he's one of the easier ones to evaluate because he was going to go in the first round. So all you got to do is look at what guys were going to make on the rookie contract from 20 to 30. That's probably where he falls.
I would agree.
I'm not doubting you, but that might have been an oversight.
Oh, it may be. I mean, I'm second-guessing myself now. I feel like Forrester's running through it as we speak.
If it's an oversight, it could be by On3, too. I can't imagine they would miss it, but he's got to be in front of the 2 Keyshawns.
While Forrester fact-checks me, let's tell you about a couple of our great sponsors. One of them is our friends at Hemp Hill. They bring you Lance's Lock. Back at it today with baseball.
Yes, we are back at it with baseball. Again, we've been on fire in baseball. Jump on and win with us. Second half of the season gets going. We will have plays up, a free play every single day at lanceslock.com. Preseason NFL football before you know it. Jump on board and win with us. It's always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
From sweet to heat, Bojangles got 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite for you. Nothing pairs better with those sauces than the hand-breaded tenders they also have. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. If you want to add some tang, try barbecue. You want some heat? How about creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper? And if you're craving smooth and creamy house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic bow sauce, ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's bow time.
All right. Anybody check me yet? Anybody in the chat room say that I missed Pettiford?
People were asking, where is Pettiford? Yeah. But I've not seen anybody say this is where he was. No.
Okay. I don't have time to do it on the air, so...
We'll
Hey, he is not in the top 100.
I I mean, I don't want to take a shot at On3's work there because it's a good organization, but
I find that hard to believe.
I do not see how he would be behind any basketball player.
Yeah, I mean, Forrester, I mean, you're an Auburn guy. I mean, is there anybody more important?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You didn't even finish the sentence before Scott gave you that.
He buzzes in with the answer.
Yeah.
All right, a lot was made at SEC Media Days, brought to you by Baptist Health. When it comes to the conversation Thomas Castellanos had with Pete Nakos of On3 Sports, where he talked about Nick Saban not there to help Alabama save Alabama anymore, and all the stuff he made about the comments about Alabama, who plays in Tallahassee and Florida State to start the season. You know, in the offseason, there are quarterbacks and receivers that just through friendships and networking stuff end up at places, whether it's camps or just they're close in the same neighborhood, they'll get together and they'll sling the football. Quarterbacks and receivers, running routes, staying sharp and all that. Several of you sent this to us last night from TikTok of a little throwing camp here, Well Off Media on YouTube, with this video that included Isaiah Horton and Thomas Castellanos. Horton is the Miami transfer to Alabama. That's Castellanos there, the Boston College transfer to Florida State. It's actually Robbie Ashford, who is in a Wake Forest shirt, that said, Isaiah, you know who this is, right? This is the Florida State quarterback that said, and Isaiah said, you Florida State?
I like the pot stirrer.
Yeah. And so they had a little conversation there. You can go check it out on YouTube. I didn't want to get into the editing of it all.
Everybody seems to be smiling, and we do get the half hug at the end, so I think we're good.
That's Castellanos right there explaining. Yeah. There's Robbie Ashford when he heard the comments.
Stirring the pot.
But Castellanos said, listen, the team I joined, and I'm paraphrasing here, but this is what he was saying. He used the phrase, those boys were 2-10 last year. I'm trying to motivate them. I'm trying to inspire them. I'm trying to lift them up.
So
I'm trying to make the biggest stage possible for us.
Okay. Well, maybe biggest stage possible, but inspiring to say I ran the ACC by myself and I'm here to save coaches' jobs doesn't feel like that would inspire me as a teammate, but maybe I'm different.
Instill confidence was his big 2-10 last year. I'm trying to instill confidence. You don't think that works?
I mean, maybe he's got the team. Maybe everybody's like, man, this dude, maybe TC, man, this guy is.
Go talk about him.
He's got our back.
The man.
Yeah.
He's got our back.
I don't know. I mean, everybody's cut different, right? We all are inspired different ways. We're led different ways. That would not fire me up. I'd be wondering, like, who is this guy coming in and talking about running the conference I'm playing in? I've played in this conference. I think it's a tough conference, and he thinks he ran it by himself.
Okay, so he played Florida State. Remember that was that game that I guess their opener, because Florida State had just lost to Georgia Tech. Then they lose to BC. What do you think Castellanos did against that Florida State defense?
Is this his passing numbers?
I think he passed for 140. I think he ran for 105.
Okay.
He passed for 106. And he ran for 73.
Yeah, so if I'm a teammate, I'm laughing at him for saying he ran the league by himself.
Yeah.
They did win on the scoreboard.
Because I know how bad we were, and I know what he did against us, and it wasn't much.
Tell us about Twin Peaks before we get to the viewing menu, LT, because I've got what some will consider one of the worst contracts in NBA history that just sort of finalized, and it's mind-boggling to think about what Bradley Beal did to the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, Bikini Week costume party continues this week.
Hold on.
At our friends at Twin Peaks.
Say that again?
The Bikini Week costume party. Specials all week. Favorite summer bevs, including the 29-degree drafts to keep you cool. I did just say bevs because it was in the copy. Refreshing cocktails, cheap shots. Bring the crew. Grab watermelon margaritas topped with a watermelon Red Bull or the Paloma. Beat the heat. No one does happy hour like our friends at Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference. They've got everything from the extensive cocktails, the bourbon category, top shelf spirits, cocktails served over the ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails. Round out that adventurous drink drink menu second to none. And don't forget about the 29-degree beers. Those are served by the Twin Peaks girls running around all over the place. Stop in for lunch or dinner. It's Twin Peaks.
That video, the watermelon cocktails, that'll take us back to the musical lyric 20 cigarettes from the first segment.
Okay.
Yeah. All that would
all
work
that together?
Yep.
You think Morgan's ever found himself in the Twin Peaks?
I bet you he has.
I bet he's closed one down before. Bradley Beal, $200 million 2 years with the Phoenix Suns is how much he ended up getting paid in 2 years. He played 110 games, which works out to $1.9 million a game.
I mean, that is just...
He did nothing for them.
He did not.
And he's now a 100% healthy payout from that contract as he leaves and goes somewhere else. Somebody else will pick
I
him
might
up
retire if I'm
already.
him. If I'm $200 million bucks,
yeah,
for 2 years of work,
yeah,
$1.9
million a game.
And coming out in 2012, I thought he was the best guy coming out of that draft. He went number 3 overall to Washington, and he was so good with the Wizards, but it never equated to anything.
I mean, I don't. That's just silly money, and obviously a bad choice by the Suns. It's easy to say that in hindsight.
That kind of stuff is, to me, worse than the Bobby Bonilla contract.
Oh, I agree with you. At least Bonilla, they're not paying that much every year.
Yeah.
They're doing it for a long time, but it's not that much.
It doesn't even hurt the Mets.
Yeah, and the Mets, they can be good and still pay that.
Yeah, it used to be baseball money. Baseball money is still crazy, but NBA money, when you're talking about max deals now getting up in the $70 million per year, it's pretty insane.
And by the way, in the NBA, Oklahoma City, after winning the championship and then paying all that money for 3 young stars, they've got a new arena they're building. It's going to cost them, it'll eventually be a $1 billion arena. $900 million is what it's listed at OKC. It's called Thunder Arena. It's going to open in 2028.
That's very original with the name, right?
Thunder Arena.
Yeah, it'll have a sponsorship at some point.
Yeah, you're right. That's just a placeholder, isn't it?
As I was looking at it and the renderings you see on your screen right now, beautiful arena. It reminds me, first looking, it looks like Staples from the top.
That new building on the left, I've been to Oak City a few times. They didn't have that building.
I'm just looking at that, all the glass on the outside of this. In a place where
do you find?
Where tornadoes and stuff in Oklahoma City, that just seems like I would want the glass contract for that building.
Yeah, I'm begging for trouble
the
there.
Hell and all the stuff that goes with that.
Yeah, literally right in the middle of the tornado alley.
Did they all prevent the birds flying into it after what, was it U.S. Bank in Minneapolis?
Yeah, that was a huge problem up there.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I would assume that's how you get consulted when you're putting that much glass in.
I guess so. But Jim's right, man. I mean, how many storms are going to blow through the air? That stuff better be strong.
Beautiful, beautiful building there coming to OKC. Viewing menu brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. Remember, Myles Morgan in the next hour, a little up-and-coming musical star from right here in the area. Tell us about Michelson, and we'll see what Tyler is watching this weekend.
It really was. When I got the procedure done in 2003, the same year I got my first HD TV, it was like going from standard definition to high definition. If you want to see life the proper way, the way God intended, you need to make the phone call. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the Next Round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100 or MichelSonLaserVision.com.
Got a new release tonight, the Smurfs movie, called Smurfs. When evil wizards Razamel and Gargamel take Papa Smurf, the Smurfs embark on a mission to the real world to save him. Now, if this sounds a lot like the plot of 2011's The Smurfs, it's because you're right. Except this one has Rihanna as Smurfette. That's been in all the marketing.
Oh, fantastic, yeah.
It's currently sitting at a 20% on Rotten
Tomatoes. Which Smurf is Pablo Pascal in this one?
Yeah, he's Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf? He's one of them.
Yeah, he's got to be one of them. He's in everything.
Yeah. I think Papa Smurf is voiced by John Goodman, so he's just looking for a check these days.
Yes,
I mean, is Olivet in it too? I mean, he's in everything. He's in Sticks now.
What's Timothy Oliphant?
Yeah, Oliphant. Yeah.
I like him, though.
I do too, but he's in everything.
Let's see. You got one of the kids from Cobra Kai is Brainy Smurf. James Corden, everybody loves him as No Name Smurf. Kurt Russell as Ron.
Ron.
I think that might be Papa Smurf's brother.
Ron.
He was great as Captain Ron.
Yeah.
That's all I was about to say. Is it Captain Ron just walking down the streets?
I don't know what
20%,
huh? This movie 20%. Is
Probably
that selling you guys on?
No, we probably won't see it.
I'm going to pass.
I don't blame you.
So I watched Untamed, the new Netflix show that dropped. I've been looking so forward to this because they were talking about it's the new True Detective. Picked up Jack yesterday, first time I'd seen him in like 5 days. We get to the house a little after 5 o'clock. We start it. We get finished a little bit before 11 o'clock, but we pounded out all 6 episodes.
You must like it then.
It was okay.
Okay, so I did 6 hours. Yeah, it was okay.
I mean, I would give it like a B-, C+. Right. It was a slow burn. There were a lot of twists and turns in the final 2 episodes, but they were almost predictable once you got there. So overall, and I just thought the production quality wasn't great. I mean, the backdrop was Yosemite Park. So, some cool stuff there, but overall, if you're as excited as I was, just take it with a grain of salt.
See, that's why I don't watch many streaming shows. You put in 6 hours of work for a B2C experience. When I put in work for a B2C experience, I'm in max 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but, fair enough.
I also do that 150 times a year. Also, you can watch the movie Beau is Afraid. I watched this last night to prepare for Eddington, and I've never been more confused and anxious from watching a movie.
Joaquin Phoenix, I've heard split.
Yeah.
And I've heard some people like, man, this is one of those you've got to watch, and then other people, it's extremely too strange.
It's very strange. I'm still trying to unpack everything I saw. I'm not really sure what they were going for with this movie, but if you're into very dreadful, surreal movies...
Basically, a guy that's got a ton of anxiety, doesn't want to leave his house, right?
Yes. He's terrified of everything, and he's just got to catch a flight home to go see his mom. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right.
All right. That's what Tyler's watching, brought to you by our friends at Michelson. When we come back, singer Myles Morgan will join us in the next hour. The show being brought to you today in part by our friends at Johnston RV, johnstonrvcenter.com, a great way to get out and see America.
I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur is where you find them, and always online, johnstonrvcenter.com. They've got a price for just about everybody out there with approved credit starting as low as $129 a month, but priced all the way up as you get up to those motorhomes. You can see them there at Johnston RV. RV warranty forever. Make sure you got a lifetime warranty on everything that is new and qualifying pre-owned as well. So they're taking care of you forever at Johnston RV. Again, see them in person. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online, johnstonrvcenter.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that quality legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We know emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere. With 6 ER locations throughout Central Alabama, Baptist Health is ready to provide expert care if you're facing one. When you choose Baptist Health, you'll find a place where chaos meets calm and uncertainty finds answers, giving you more reasons to choose well. To learn more about our high-quality emergency services, visit baptisthealthal.com/ER. baptisthealthal.com/ER. That's baptisthealthal.com/ER.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We rolling into hour number 2. LT said, "This guy's a kid."
Yeah, I was asking if he could play the
Well,
Florida.
we've got our other buddy Morgan brought us a bunch of bourbon, and I'm like, hey, you want some bourbon? I know it's a little early, but it is Friday, and you're kind of a rock star.
Yeah.
But I was like, how old are you? Not that I really care, but he was like, I just turned 21.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But
right.
he
Boy,
plays
world in front of you, man. God, enjoy it.
Myles Morgan is with us. He plays at the Floribama. He's at Iron City tonight. Is it tonight?
That's right, tonight.
Yeah. Sold out show.
We're like a few tickets away from it being sold out. So if you want to go get a ticket right now is your time.
So I have met your dad before. He is really good friends. I see the hat here, Innisfree.
Oh, yeah.
Derek Purdy, one of my fraternity brothers. I've known Derek forever. I know you guys are having the post party there.
Yep, we're doing the after party at Innisfree tonight.
Yeah,
Derek's his
That's
dad?
going to be a great time.
No.
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 My dad's
we don't
like
know
best
where
friends
Derek's
with
kids
Derek.
are running
Okay.
around.
No. I did.
All over the world. He doesn't have any official kids.
Yeah, I know. I was about to
I
say.
mean, he's like my uncle, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
He's a good one to have, man.
The way you said that made me think Derek Purdy was his dad.
No,
I was
no,
like,
so-
that's news to me.
So
All right.
Miles' father, Steve, and Derek are good friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started, when I knew he was coming on, I started listening to the music because, Jimmy Current wants to stay updated. And
Sure.
I told him I'd already added a few songs to our golf playlist, and just fell in love with some of his songs last night. So I started doing research for the interview. It turns out Spain Park kid. Played summer baseball at Spain Park with my buddy Hughes Orr, Johnny Orr.
All those country
right.
singers play baseball. Can we tell you the full story on why we're really having you?
Please do.
Okay.
Yes.
So
you'll get a kick out of
no,
it.
this
love
is
it.
great, and I think it was like. Yeah, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago. But our buddy Michael Sellers, who owns Good People and now Avondale, and they bought Ghost Train, he's like, hey, man, we've got this guy coming in. I don't know if you want to have him on the show. He said, but if you want to, he's supposed to be an up-and-coming country artist.
Don't give him the name yet.
Yeah, I won't give him the name.
Yeah.
And we all, I brought it to these guys, and I was like, do you want to have this guy on the show? And they were like,
he doesn't listen to country music.
I don't.
And so he told me his name, and I was like, well, I know this guy that's got part of that guy's name, and I know this guy's got part of this guy's name.
Is that who we're talking about?
But I've never heard of this guy.
So we all passed, and then our buddy Todd Coder reached out because of this, and I'll let him circle back to the name. It's going to blow you away. But Todd Coder reached out, and he said, look, Myles is going to be a superstar. I don't want you guys to miss out again.
So we take Coder's word as the gospel.
We were like, bring him in.
Todd was texting me this morning. He wanted to say hey to you guys.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Great dude.
So it was Zach Bryan.
Wow.
It wanted to be on the show.
Was going to do just like what you're doing. He was going to come to our studio and play songs that we're like, we've never heard of this idiot.
We turned him down.
No, thank you. I know, Myles. I know.
I think he's doing okay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing fine for himself right now.
Yes, he is.
And it was like, I mean, he sold out Avondale, and then like 2 months later, it was all I was listening to, and I was like, that's the guy we turned down on our show.
I thought Lance had screwed it up. I was like, no, you mean Zach Brown. Of course we'll have Zach Brown on. He's like, no. It's not Zach Brown. And Dunaway's like, was it Luke Bryan by chance?
So not any pressure on you now that we need you to really succeed and be Zach Bryan-like.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not going to miss
big
again.
shoes to fill for sure.
And we need a picture afterwards, just
absolutely.
to hang up in the hallway.
Let's do it.
Do you have, because we were talking earlier about Morgan Wallen, and it was actually my girlfriend that said this. We were at dinner the other night, and she's like, I'm telling you, Morgan is almost as big as Taylor Swift right now. And I was like, there is no chance. But again, I'm not a country music guy. And then Dunaway was saying, hey, man, I mean, like, he is the biggest act right now.
He is huge right now. Morgan is definitely on top of the game.
Is he one of the guys that, I mean, obviously you want a career like him, but do you enjoy, respect the music?
For sure.
Do you know him at all?
He's definitely a big inspiration for me. And I actually work with, this is just crazy, but I work with Morgan's lead guitarist, Dominic Frost, the guy who plays lead guitar for him on all of his concerts, all his shows. He plays guitar on all my tracks. So my producers are good buddies with him up in Nashville. And the first time I went to Nashville and I was recording my debut single, he was like, hey, it's Dom's birthday this weekend. Would you want him to come up and record some stuff on your song? And I was like, heck yeah.
Yes.
So Dom has become a good friend of mine, and he records on all my stuff.
Okay, now here's why I like lyrics when I know somebody writes their own songs.
Yes, sir.
And that's something you take pride in, right?
Absolutely. I'm definitely new to the country music game, but ever since I started, I wanted to try to write as much as I could for myself. And I wrote, like, my third song was about meeting a girl in the stands at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and we've still been dating for a couple years now. So it's all based on true experiences and things that I just think people can relate to.
Who are your biggest influences? Who would you say?
I would say Morgan is definitely a big influence for me. I really like Southern rock. You can hear that in the Ain't No Sunshine cover that we did.
Yeah. Which I was playing for Brown earlier, by the way.
That's fantastic.
I said this may be the best version of the song I've ever heard.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So what Southern rock? Give me some Southern rock you like.
Obviously, Leonard Skinner. And I mean,
well, you're from Alabama, so
yes,
that tracks.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I like Chris Stapleton a lot.
Yeah, because Chris Stapleton, like, I'll listen to his station, some on Sirius XM. I really like it. And he says himself, like, when people say, well, what kind of music do you do? He said, I really don't know how to answer because we're a mix of blues, Southern rock, and country.
I feel the same thing, kind of.
Good, yeah. I mean, I think that's a really cool mix. I think where all those intersect is a good sound.
Absolutely.
It is interesting where you would get your inspiration because you're so young. Like, listen to a guy like Shawn Mendes when he was like 16 talk about, true love and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, how does this guy have life experience at 16 or 17 years old writing these songs? But, I mean, I guess you evolve as you get older with experiences.
Yep, as you do it more and experience more, your writing gets better and better. So
now you can write about drinking.
That's right.
Yeah, because you're legal. I'm sure you never drank before 21, right?
No, of course not.
So Alabama, Spain Park, but you moved down to the coast, and we're big fans of the Floribama, Steve Powers and the crew down there.
Those guys are awesome.
The first chance you had to play Floribama, was that like a bucket list for you?
Definitely. So when we moved down senior year of high school, I was just starting to, learn how to play a few chords and do some stuff like that. And I was playing at little restaurants my summer after senior year of high school. And by the time I was about to go to college, I got the opportunity to play at the Floribama for the first time. And then since then, went to college and then came back the next summer and played all the time there. So I had a full band at that time. I acquired the band in Tuscaloosa. We're all a bunch of students at Alabama, and we just worked during the school year and went to the Floribama and killed it that summer.
So I was reading last night in preparation for this, and I found a story Rick Carley wrote for AL.com about you, and Rick likes to make it sound super dramatic. But it made it sound like you've only been playing the guitar for like 2 years. Did I misread that?
Well, I mean, I did start learning how to play in high school. So my junior year of high school was the first time I picked up a guitar.
And you're 21 now, so it's not that far off. I mean,
Right.
we're talking about 3 or 4 years. So you did not pick up a guitar until the junior year of high school.
That's correct.
And now you're almost selling out Iron City and playing the Bama. That's a pretty crazy rise.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Do you think music, I mean, I know half this answer is like completely God-given ability. Like, did you naturally just, or was it a ton of hard work? I'm not doubting your work ethic, but you see what I'm saying? Like, when you picked it up, did it feel right? And you're like, oh, damn, I know what I'm doing.
I think the opportunity for all this is definitely God just like pulling me away, because I was a baseball guy my whole life. I was nothing but baseball, live, eat, sleep, breathe baseball. And then senior year, started playing a little bit more, and I was like, this is a lot of fun. I want to see what I can do with this. And then as the opportunities started growing, my love for it started growing with it. So I want to take it as far as I possibly can, but I definitely never saw myself doing this earlier in life. I've always loved music, I would say more than the average person, but never saw myself doing this.
Did your, and we're going to let Myles stop talking and speak here in a second for those of you in the chat room.
We got to get to know him.
Yeah, but the story I was reading at AL.com, which I'm sure is a little bit in Rick Carley's story too, did your dad start playing guitar first and then you? Or
so he had been joking around. He was like, guys, get me a guitar, because we had gotten the house in Orange Beach, and he was like thinking to himself, it'd be cool if I could just go out on the porch and play guitar a little bit. So he had never done anything musically in his life, and we were like, there's no way you're serious. So Christmas went around and we didn't get him a guitar, and he was like, man, screw y'all, I'm gonna go get my own guitar. So he went, got a guitar, and I saw him messing with it, and I was like, that looks kind of fun. So I went and got one the next day, and then went to a Riley Green concert shortly after, and I got inspired, and I was like, man, this is something I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So
definitely a big Riley Green fan.
So can your dad, Steve, play it all?
No, he gave up after the first week.
But I think that's most people. Like my older brother, he's been playing for years and he sucks. Yeah. I mean, like it's just I just don't think some people, like, you can take as many lessons as you want, but like some people, it's just not going to hit.
Comes back to that God thing, right?
Yeah,
that you got it, you don't got it.
But you're very comfortable for 21 too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's also a gift. Like when you first started performing, was there any nervous butterflies? But when you hit the stage tonight at Iron City, will you be nervous at all?
I mean, I think there's, no matter what show you play, if it's in front of 4 people or if it's in front of 40,000 people, you're gonna have some sort of like jitters before you go on stage. But I feel like we do a good job of working insanely hard before the show. That way, when we get on stage, we don't have to think about anything. And even if you're nervous, it's second nature by that point. So we've done a lot of rehearsals, for example, for this Iron City show. So we're really excited. If y'all don't have tickets, go get them. It's going to be a fun night.
Are you still offering a free pair with your DMs open? I think I saw that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you want to DM me on Instagram, you can get in free drinks. You just have to send me a DM so I can put your name on a guest list.
Yeah. Now,
free drinks. My gosh.
He's got a girlfriend. We thought that might be you fishing, but you got a girlfriend, so we're gonna mark that off the list. So this is a legit. Just want to build
a song about it.
Yeah.
I want to build a fan base.
I mentioned it earlier, and they were like, Dunaway, he doesn't want you. It's a different dynamic. He's wanting you to do.
No, but it's a great contingency plan. Like if it falls through with the girlfriend, this DM thing will probably work out.
Hold on. It's one of his songs coming up. As you get ready to tell us about the song you're going to sing, we need to talk about a couple of our sponsors. One of them is our friend Alexander Shannara. Tell us about Shannara Browning.
Yeah, Shannara.com. Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. It's our guy Alexander Shannara, headquartered in Birmingham because this is his home for more than 24 years, and he's grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members, that has recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining his core values: integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara trial attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com. That's Shannara.com.
And what Myles should have got, Steve, instead of that guitar, a painting from Daniel A. Moore, DanielMooreArt.com. Make that sports room look great with a great moment from Alabama football history, painted by Daniel A. Moore. Just go to DanielMooreArt.com. DanielMooreArt.com, promo code TNR to get all the greats, including the legacy, Nick Saban, 6th national championship. Myles Morgan in studio with us. And Myles, big Alabama fan. Steve, an Alabama fan. The whole family Alabama
That's right.
fans?
Been a Bama fan, born and raised.
Born and raised Bama fan. Tell me about the song you're going to sing for us. You write your lyrics, so tell me about this one.
So this is a brand new one. It's still unreleased, but it'll be coming out very soon, probably in August. And this is one of the ones that I will be performing tonight at Iron City. So if you want to see the full thing, then come to Iron City tonight. And it's called Said to Me.
Said to Me, okay. This
All
is
right.
Myles Morgan, Iron City tonight, and you can go download all of his stuff at Spotify.
You want me to play the whole song or just
Absolutely. You do whatever
you
want, buddy. Pretend we own this company. We could sit here till 2 if you want to. He's drinking bourbon already. Of course you can play the whole song.
I met a girl up in the bar downtown. She said, come over here and spin me around. So I bought us another whiskey round. Didn't realize the trouble that I'd found. No, I know there ain't no hurt in trying, and I know that love's no waste of time. But girl, by now there's no denying that we ain't right, and I ain't yours and you ain't mine. You said I was crazy and that nothing was your fault, but if I remember right, you were the one to set it off. Swearing up and down that I'm the one that's got you crossed, but your friends are even saying you're the one that's in the wrong. She's a flaming leave you burn, lesson you wish you never learned. Her lies are sweeter than tea. So break a heart and set you free is what I wish somebody would have said to me. I met a girl out on the Alabama River, so unassuming, man, I had to pull the trigger. Soon enough we spun around, thought I had her locked down, could have swore that we had it right. Oh, I know there ain't no hurt in trying, and I know that love's no waste of time. But girl, by now there's no denying we ain't right, and I ain't yours, and you ain't mine. Yeah, you said I was crazy and that nothing was your fault, but if I remember right, you were the one to set it off. Swearing up and down that I'm the one that's got you crossed, but your friends are even saying you're the one that's in the wrong. She's flaming and leave you burn, lesson you wish you never learned. Her lies are sweeter than tea. Break your heart and set you free is what I wish somebody would have said to me.
That's Said to Me with Myles Morgan there. Sean, who's listening up on the Maryland shoreline, says, geez, this guy has an unbelievable voice there. So
thank you, Sean.
Up there in Maryland listening in.
Did you, I mean, we talked about the guitar thing. When did you know you could sing?
I started learning how to sing as I started learning how to play guitar. So I've heard that helps a little bit.
So did you think you could ever sing before, though?
I mean,
like
not
in
more
church,
than the
did you
average
sing?
person in the car. Like, I would just, sing my little heart out in the car going to baseball practice or whatever, but never anything more than that.
When you write a song, I've always wondered this.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have a moment like the Alabama River or whatever in that song that you say, okay, I can write a song about this girl or this moment. Do you start with the chorus? Do you start with the music? You start with the story. How does the whole process work? Because I've tried to write a song before.
I would love to hear a song you write.
And I can never. I've had a lot of things happen.
What rhymes with heartbroken?
And I just can't. I can't get
I feel
going.
like everybody's got a lot of good song ideas in their head. They just don't know how to put it together.
Yeah.
But I will say this, it's different for every song you write. Certain people may have their own process that they like to do where they find a little melody first and then they'll put lyrics to it. Some people like to write a poem and then figure out the melody and how it goes later. I would say most of my songs stem from an idea. Like, man, it'd be cool to write a song about meeting a girl or doing whatever, and then you just kind of fiddle around and figure out what chords sound right for the type of song that you're trying to write, and then piece it together from there. So I would say for me it starts with the idea of the lyrics most of the time.
This is really cheesy because I bet it's been tried before. I mean, the Big Bottom Girl from Tennessee wrote one about Tennessee volunteer football, right?
No, you're confusing Lainey Wilson and Megan Maroney.
Okay.
Megan Maroney wrote Tennessee Orange.
She's a Georgia girl.
Yeah.
But have you thought about writing a football song about Alabama football?
Well, I mean,
just because if you
rhymes with the board?
No, but if you hit one,
kinda,
if you hit one, they stay around forever.
The Seat Taken is about Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Right. The cover of Is the Seat Taken is taken at Bryant-Denny in the stands, and it mentions Roll Tides because I met her at an Alabama Ole Miss game. So the opening lines is like the sound of Roll Tides and hotty toddies and parties ringing through tailgates of Houndstooth and Baby Blue. So
did she ask
about
you?
Alabama in there.
Did she ask you, is this seat taken, or did you ask her?
No, it's a funny story about that, actually. So I'm in a fraternity. I was pledging a fraternity at the time, and you had to have a date to the games that you went to. And I had a date lined up the night before, and that day she didn't answer my phone. Totally just didn't come. I was like, man, and I was sitting in the stands with all my buddies with their dates. I was like, I got to find a girl here. So turned around, saw a girl, literally walked up to her and was like, hey, I'm Myles. Is this seat taken? And
well, that other girl is going to regret that one. Yeah.
If you guys stay together, this will be an incredible story.
That's a
one
great
day.
story. Yeah. I'm 100% pulling for it. Obviously.
Now, for the record, that's is this seat taken? Is not still the girl you're dating now, right?
It
is.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
From that moment to right now, that's crazy.
And
That's right.
I could see it. He brings her out on the stage when he sings it on the road.
Maybe so.
Nope, she sits on the
And I
stool
bet
and
you
he's
had a
singing to her.
blue blazer on with a tie and khaki pants, right?
How did you know?
Yeah.
He lived that life.
Nobody's fault but yours. Your biggest song so far, right?
That's right.
Is that about a person? A real person?
That is also based on past experiences, like most of my songs. That was the first song that I ever even attempted to write. That was I wrote that senior year of high school, and it was just about a past experience that I had. And
So you wrote that senior in high school, because I played that one earlier, and that's a hell of a song, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that's their favorite one. Still,
it is right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Is college out of the picture?
no, I've transitioned to online classes for Alabama, but I'm still doing my best to stay in the realm of Tuscaloosa.
I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think you're doing
So
it.
you and Ryan Williams both. That works out good.
That's right.
Do you want to sing something else? You want to do a cover? You want to do one of yours? What do you
I
want to
could
do?
do that Ain't No Sunshine cover.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Either that one or Nobody's Fault But Yours. Either one.
Do Ain't No Sunshine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gone to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. I know, 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 I know. Hey, I ought to leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
I would tell you
could sing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, that's a tough one to do if you can't sing. Yeah, you killed it.
I would tell you that 5 more pieces of art were just thrown up into the dome at the Floribama right there.
You do that? Do you do that one at all live shows?
I'm doing it tonight.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Iron City,
That's good.
few tickets still available. Myles Morgan, DM him if you want a free ticket.
Where's the DM? Where do they go? Instagram?
It is Myles Morgan, MYLES_music on Instagram. And yeah, just send me a DM and I'll get you in free. I'll hook you up.
Who's on the card with you? I see other names.
So Allie Leanne, she's a trustful girl, and she's got a lot of traction right now. She's doing big things in Nashville. She's got a song called "I Love Alabama" that is a play off of the Connor Smith song "I Hate Alabama."
Yeah.
And
it's the clapback.
She's got a couple really good ones out on Spotify, or a bunch of really good ones. And then JT McCaffrey is a great buddy of mine. I met him at the Floribama. And he's a phenomenal songwriter. He's got a bunch of songs out on Spotify as well. And tonight is actually going to be special because at the Floribama, we used to always do this thing where when he was playing and I was there, he'd let me get up and we would sing Hurricane by the Band of Heathens together.
Oh, that's a good song.
And so tonight, I'm going to get him up there and we're going to do Hurricane duet for Iron City.
That's a good song. Yeah.
So what about the post party at Innisfree? Can anybody come?
Anybody can come.
All right.
Come on.
His dad, Derek Purdy.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Okay, so when you're as big as Morgan or Zach Bryan, you got to come back and do our show. Okay?
I will. No
doubts. We didn't pass. We didn't pass.
That's right.
Yeah.
We count on this being a lifetime relationship here. We want you to know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We do shows from the Bama, too.
There we go. Yeah, that's awesome.
We're going to do a combo show.
Yeah, we do.
Big fan. Brown and I like country music. LT is going to end up loving this style of country music. I could tell he liked it.
I am pulling for you.
I could tell he liked it a lot. So we're big fans. Thanks, Mike.
Give me one classic. I'm sorry, Joe. I wanted to ask this earlier. One classic country influence. Classic country.
Classic country? Waylon.
Okay. Yep. There you go. That's all I needed. I just needed to know.
Yep.
I need to know where the kid's mind's at, man.
Yeah. I was going to say that on...
I would rather you have said King George, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got a little the one you and Jack Mills got a little Kenny Chesney, Kenny Chesney
John
vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely a Zach Brown band, islandy type song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like other genres?
I do. I love everything. Another huge inspiration for me is Post Malone. Believe it or not, like before Post Malone was doing country and on top of the whole world, like in 2018, I was listening to Post Malone all the time.
His transition has been incredible. I mean, it's almost what you saw with Taylor Swift going from country to pop and him doing the reverse. But, I mean, he's had that much success, and we've heard some great stories about Post Malone, what a great guy he is.
Like good
he's
dude.
such a nice guy.
I've
had the opportunity to meet him and spend some time with him, and he's shown me a lot of love, and he is a fantastic human being. He's done the transition from pop to country the right way. He's respected everybody and really, I mean, he's been a country fan his whole life. So
that's hard. I mean, going back to 2018, if somebody would have said, this guy's going to be a country music star, people would have said you're crazy, right?
Like for real, like really a country music star.
Yeah.
Writing country songs and stuff. It's because he loves the lyrics, I would imagine. Because you don't get
genuine respect for the genre.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Iron City. I hope this is not. I mean, I really feel like you could have done 2 nights at Iron City. We could have sold out 2 nights now.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Maybe
yeah.
next time. There'll come a point where Iron City won't be big enough to hold you, man.
Hopefully so.
Myles Morgan, go download his music there, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music. And at Iron City tonight, our buddy Todd Coder and Coder Productions, part of that show there. As we head to break, the show being brought to you in part today by our friends at Bojangles. All that part of our Bo Tender moment of the day, Brownie.
That's right. It can be Bo time for you. You like those good dipping sauces at Bojangles, from sweet to heat. They got 7 sauces, so we'll definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with the sauces than hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard, add some Tango barbecue. If you're looking for some heat, try creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. And if you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic Bo sauce are ready and waiting. Head to Bojangles. Order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time.
And speaking of live music, tonight and tomorrow night, Odie's Tavern, right there. 2 locations, the original in Crestline, newest location in Edgewood. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Enjoy a great lunch or dinner. Food from Rodney Davis. He's been doing it for almost 40 years now. The award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches like the Diablo sandwich, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. Get into one of those 2 locations. Birmingham Institution, it's Odie's Tavern.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We know emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere. With 6 ER locations throughout central Alabama, Baptist Health is ready to provide expert care if you're facing one. When you choose Baptist Health, you'll find a place where chaos meets calm and uncertainty finds answers, giving you more reasons to choose well. To learn more about our high-quality emergency services, visit baptisthealthal.com/ER. baptisthealthal.com/ER. That's baptisthealthal.com/ER.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Man, I love a good meal. I'm Jim Dunaway. A good meal is what you get with my friend Sterling at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. We're talking great southern fried chicken, wonderful sides, hand-cut chicken fingers, po' boys, and those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. You got a perfect menu for everybody. Champy's Chicken is perfect for watching the big game, or taking a meal to the lake house, down to the coast, or stay in the restaurant and dine in a great atmosphere. It's all made fresh to order right there on 119 in Alabaster, Champy's Chicken. Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
It's time to pull the trigger on the Next Round merch that you've been eyeing. We know there's a lot to choose from at nextround.store, so here's a few of our favorite picks. If you want to match LT and Brown, go with the TNR logo hoodie and throw in one of Dunaway's favorite hats. Any of them will do. The Backroom's go-to is the classic logo t-shirt, while my personal favorite is the light blue TNR crew neck. All of these items can be found at nextround.store and are EG approved. Rest assured, your order will be packed with lots of love from us here at the Next Round. Head over to nextround.store to start filling up your cart.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Alabama, join us over on covercrimson.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on covercrimson.com.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
It's Bo time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and Bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a Bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and Bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's Bo time.
SEC Media Days coverage all week, brought to you by our friends at Baptist Health. It's a new day in healthcare here in Alabama, and we're excited about it.
It is. Thanks to our friends at Orlando Health and Baptist Health for bringing us that new day in healthcare, a new partnership and a new day, and it will advance providing innovative and compassionate patient care, strengthening Baptist Health's mission to improve the health and quality of life of the individuals we live with, you live with, and they work with. Central Alabama's only private, not-for-profit, faith-based healthcare system is Baptist Health, dedicated to providing high-quality, accessible care for the communities of Central Alabama.
Also, it's time for a Vulcan Tire and Automotive leaderboard update from the Open over at Royal Portrush.
Hey, if you are jumping on the road anytime soon, heading on that summer vacation, make sure your car is properly serviced, bumper to bumper. Our friends at Vulcan Tire and Automotive, anything from the AC, the oil changes, of course. If you're rolling on new tires, rolling on old tires, you need to make sure you stop by Vulcan Tire and Automotive. Tell them the next round sent you. They're going to give you the best tire pricing in all of Birmingham. Great locations throughout the city. For more information, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
The 2 rounds of the day have been 665s by Bryson DeChambeau, who shot that 665 to get on the number right now. So he's on the cut line on the right side of it, but making the cut on the number. And Brian Harmon, who shot it to get into the clubhouse lead. He's at 8 under par. But on the course right now, Athong Lee, I don't know why I went with my Asian accent for it.
You did.
I did.
Do you know anything about this guy?
Very little. He's a bigger looking dude, though, as I've watched him. He is 5 under par, playing his 14th. So he's got a one-shot lead over Brian Harmon, who is your clubhouse leader at 8 under par.
All right. Brought to you by our friends at Vulcan Tire. Brought to you by our friends Brett McMurphy and On3 Sports. Oh, by the way, hold on before we do this, Forrester.
And by the way, Lee is bogey-free.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I mean, both rounds.
Yeah.
At the British Open right now, we've got a ball that is in a
Is it
trench.
Scheffler's?
A trench that was made for media wires.
It looks like that's out of bounds stakes, too.
Right
though.
on the out of bounds stakes. And the ball's laying on the other side of the out of bounds stakes.
And that's Scheffler?
Yeah, it looked like it was either Scheffler or Lowry, and the other one was helping with the ruling.
I think the way it works over there, if it is in the trench, it is considered out of bounds. Like, even though it might be on the other side of the out-of-bounds stakes, I think the way that rule works there is if it's in the trench, it's considered out of bounds.
Scheffler is playing with a hoodie. Have you guys seen that before?
Yeah, well, in the cold weather, yeah. I mean, he's got a golf shirt on under it, obviously, but that's become a little more fashionable.
Yeah, I wear it all the time.
Yeah, you got on one right now. Yeah. I mean, that's similar to what Scheffler's wearing.
No, but I mean, I know golf is such a snobbish sport.
Yeah, you know.
Not now, man. Hoodies are where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of golf, it's been a big time talking golf and college football. So Brett McMurphy and the folks at On3 Sports put together using the GHIN, Brown, that stands for
Golf Handicap Index Network, I believe is the N.
USGA sponsored again. Here are the best college football GIN ratings that are out there from Brett McMurphy. Trey Lamb, your boy, plus 1-3 Brownie. That means he's better than a scratch golfer.
That is correct.
Like the guys we're watching on tour right now, what are they? They're plus something, right?
Well, at their home course, they're probably a plus 7 or 8. Where they're playing right now, they're not. But if you put Scotty Scheffler back home in Dallas, he's probably a plus 7 or 8, which means normally you're taking shots off your score. These guys are having to add shots to their score.
Okay, now stand by for my Auburn hot take. But Trent Dilfer is next on the list, other than Trey Lamb, right at a 0.7 USGA handicap rating. Trent Dilfer of UAB. Reaction?
So let's see which one of these guys get closest. Like, let's just pretend this is our win total.
So Trent Dilfer,
the closest to handicap.
No, I mean, seriously, as you go up this list, I'm just looking at it. I mean, I think some of these are about right. I mean, would you be surprised if UAB was 1-11 this year?
A little bit. I mean, they've got one given win. I can't believe they're going to lose everything.
I know
else.
somebody who's got money on that.
Yeah, Tim Melton is. Tim Melton thinks they're going to be really, really bad.
Okay, here's my
his get rich quick scheme. He's been pitching to everybody in the back room.
Here's my Auburn hot take. One of the hottest names out there, if Hugh Freeze was to get fired, is Rhett Lashley at SMU. He is third on this list at a 4.4 handicap.
Well, you upgrading golfer.
Yeah, you don't
get a better player.
By the way, you don't keep a 4.4 handicap unless you play some golf.
Yeah, look, he will be the first name that is mentioned if Hugh doesn't make it. You wonder, though, with the scapegoat that he became for Gus, and I don't know how it ultimately went down, but he does know where the bodies are buried, and he knows the culture. And does he want to come back into that? We've talked about how good of a job SMU is. Look, it's not an SEC job, but it's a pretty damn good job.
My point being that the guy that replaces Hugh Freeze is a better golfer if it's Rhett Lashley.
That's right,
and may have to play more golf to be, but he's winning. So that's the dynamic.
That's the difference.
Let's go back to that list because you get down to a guy that just all he does is ball. But there's Hugh Freeze behind three more coaches at 7.6, ahead of Lincoln Riley, Shane Beamer, who everyone says he works hard, 9.7 on that list. There's P.J. Fleck. Apparently he rolls the golf cart like he rows a boat. Dave Doran's on the list. Dan Mullen out in Vegas, 11.9. Ryan Day, national champion, 12.3. Belichick's on the list at a 12.5. Kirby Smart, I mean, all he does is coach ball, boys, 12.6.
Boy, I was out on the course with Kirby this a few years ago.
Did he look like a 12?
He did not look like a 12.
Played better than that?
He played worse than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably not his summer play.
Sonny Dykes, Brian Kelly, Kyle Whittingham, and I would not have to trade any strokes there.
Oh, really?
Kyle Whittingham.
Good match between you and Whittingham?
Whittingham and I could play straight up.
All right. We'll set that up one day, Jim.
Yeah. Kirby would only have to give me one or two strokes, one aside. So Kirby isn't very good then if he's only getting one aside. That is, again, from Brett McMurphy there. Probably the most overplayed, out of context thing all summer long. Hugh Freeze's golf, I think.
Yeah, probably. And you know what sucks for us now is nobody's going to list their scores.
I know. I mean
Guilford's not going to stop.
I think Trey Lamb takes pride in it. Now, Trey Lamb is first-year Tulsa head coach Trey Lamb. So you let Trey Lamb, go 1-11 this year. I bet he's not trying to qualify for the Oklahoma Amateur next year like he did this year. It's a fun story now. Trey Lamb's never coached a game, and even the school was promoting the fact that Trey Lamb qualified for the Oklahoma Amateur. Let him go 1-11 and see if he does that next year. It's all about the W's and the L's.
To SEC Media Days, today's the day the media poll comes out and the all-conference team. Do you happen to know what time we should expect that?
I have no idea. I think in years past it's been around noon, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it happens right after the show. Taylor will have it for you on our social media platform whenever it drops at Next Round Live, if it doesn't happen before our show's over with at 12 noon. If I asked you guys, who do you think the media put in their top 5? In order you want to know?
I think it will go Texas.
Yes.
I think it will go Georgia.
Agreed.
I think it will go Alabama.
I think you're right.
I think it will go LSU.
And 5's the interesting one.
5 is interesting, but I think it's going to go Florida.
It's a lot of Florida love.
I don't. I think it'll go Texas. I think it'll go Alabama, though it's in the state of Georgia, which means probably more Georgia media people voting. Then I think it'll go Georgia, LSU, and then I think it'll go South Carolina. Media.
Oh, you think South Carolina number 5?
Yeah, that's not mine.
Holy crap.
I think with South Carolina's schedule and the lack of brand name, I think they're going to go Florida. We'll see.
Y'all don't think Ole Miss will sneak up there?
Maybe.
I was going to say Ole Miss. Before you said Florida, I was going to say Ole Miss.
So
I would have a 5.
Everybody knows top 4 in whatever order. Texas will be 1 and then figure it out behind. I was surprised because I was asked this from our friend Chip yesterday, what was some of the biggest surprises? And I said the LSU love. Because when you really look at this, Brian Kelly has won 29 games in 3 years. Garrett Nussmeier doesn't have a signature win. There's question marks on that offensive line. The defense obviously is still a ways away from what we were used to when LSU was winning championships. But you've got them winning the national championship. I did for a second. I think Conor O'Gara does. I think Roman Harper was talking them up. Marty Smith has got them winning it. So I wonder if they could somehow sneak into the 2 spot.
Yeah. Let's hear some sound from SEC Media Days brought to you by our friends at Baptist Health. Before we do that, though, LT, if you would, tell us about Woodhouse Day Spa.
Woodhouse Day Spa, the gift of relaxation. You can get it from our friends up there. Just stop in, see Stuart and that great staff. They're located conveniently. The Summit Shopping Centers, newly renovated location, absolutely beautiful. You can stop in, very important. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. You can pick up gift cards, accessories there, or you can order 24/7 online, birmingham.woodhousespas.com. Choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the nail services, the waxing, the skincare, body treatments, massages. The Woodhouse Day Spa, voted America's best day spa since 2009. Again, you can order online 24/7, birmingham.woodhousespas.com.
Remember, yesterday we told you when Mark Stoops got up there, he got asked about his motivation, how much he's into the job still. Here's Mark Stoops on the stage.
When you have a down year, you have to stand up here, you have to own it, you have to face it, talk about the things you're doing to address it, and then move on. I've stood up here after, 2 10-win seasons. That's only happened 2 times in the history of our school. And I don't really want to talk about that year. I want to talk about this year. So there's a fine balance there. It's really just, excited about the opportunity, really diving into the challenge that lies ahead of us and embracing that and having fun with it. Because, this shit's hard and you might as well go enjoy it and dive into it. And there's a lot of people that can't do it and didn't do it for 12 years and didn't do it for 13 years and not at Kentucky. You look at the history of what we've done and there's a lot of great ones that didn't make it very long. And so I'm proud of the run that we have. I want to use, last year, as us to learn from and to grow from and to get better and to get back to who we want to be.
I didn't hear the question, so I don't know the context of that. It sounds like a guy that is not campaigning to keep his job, but laying out a resume for why he should still be appreciated as the head coach at Kentucky beyond just the $9 million
I
they're
think we
giving
all
him.
disagree on this, and this guy has jacked me up more than anybody on backdoor covers.
He's
but
the
I
king
think
of
he's
it,
done
isn't he?
a really, really good job at Kentucky. But coming off the 4-8, if he was to have another one of those dive down seasons, I mean, it could get dicey.
You're
But
paying him
again,
a lot of money.
we've talked about the buyout.
$37 million buyout. Are you better off doing what Arkansas has done? Give me cut 5.
And by the way, is he really Bob Stoops' brother?
They say it is.
They sound a lot alike, but they never have looked alike.
No, they look nothing alike.
Yeah, but they sound alike when they talk. Like if you told me that was Bob Stoops talking, I'm like, okay, I could believe that.
Yeah.
But do you? Which one do you think looks more like Bob, him or Mike?
I think Mike. Well, Mike's kind of in between.
Yeah.
I think Mike actually looks more like Mark.
I agree. Mike and Mark look more like each other than either one of them look like Bob.
The one that's won the championships may have been the adopted one.
Maybe.
He's actually had the better jobs.
Yeah, he has.
23andMe went out of business, I heard.
Yes, it did. Cut 5, Tyler, if you will. This is Sam Pittman. You remember Mark Stoops just said this crap's hard, other words. Sam Pittman knows how hard it is at Arkansas. And Arkansas decided, hey, we're going to keep Sam Pittman. And instead of paying him the buyout, we're going to let him, pay players, with the NIL money. We're going to kick it in. Instead of paying him to go away, we're going to pay and try to help him do a better job at Arkansas. Here's Pittman on how he's always in the hot seat.
The only ramifications of someone constantly having you on this list or whatever other list is recruiting. That's the only thing. And it seems to affect us a little bit more in the state of Arkansas. Look, most everything he brings on himself. Most things that come out, you earn it. Now, you may disagree with some of it and all that, but I've earned that. I mean, I have. To get off of that, we've got to win more games. But I'll say this. To consider that you're going to go coach some player for 10 years in the SEC, you're a fool. Kirby Smart, Stoops, that's it in this league. So I think you got to look at it as year to year. How are you doing? I'm not worried about it because I got a good staff and a good team. So I'm not worried about it at all.
Good staff, good team. Bobby Petrino's still there. A quarterback that could, after a whole year away from Boise State, Hooked up with Bobby Petrino, who was his first offer back when Bobby was at Missouri State. He offered him a scholarship before anybody else, so they've got a great relationship. They've been together a year now.
Yeah, and I wonder how the last quarterback to play 2 full years for Bobby Petrino.
That's right. So you got a chance to be a spoiler there at Arkansas a little bit. Maybe win a game or two, beat Notre Dame that you don't think you're going to do. Sam Pittman is a likable guy who's always on a hot seat.
And look, I think he's a good fit for Arkansas. And I forgot who it was. And maybe it was Peter Burns that said, in today's NIL, do you really want to reset with a $25 million buyout where you could spend that money on players and you've got a coach that loves the program, that works his ass off, or would you rather go roll the dice and reset the whole thing? So it is going to be fascinating moving forward. If you've got kind of a tweener, we'll call it, what do you do with that guy? Because if I'm an Arkansas fan, I kind of want to hang tight. If it's a disaster Chad Morris-like year of 2-10, I can understand that. But if you have another 7-5 or 8-4, you got to be able to stomach that, I think, if you're an Arkansas fan.
I agree with that. Okay, one more. This is Eli Drinkwitz at the podium yesterday. Pat Forty question here. Remember, the SEC has moved now to the 5+11 model, and one coach thinks the Big Ten has the better plan. His name, Eli Drinkwitz of Missouri. Here's Eli on the podium yesterday on what he thinks the playoff selection process should look like.
This is not going to do me any favors with our commissioner. When I think about college football right now and think about what do we need to do, I think it really comes down to two things: what's best for our players and what's best for our fans. The rest of us are really only important because of the players and the fans. In my viewpoint of it, I think we should go back and try to find more ways to include teams. How do we get more people involved? Because that's better for the players. That's better for the player experience to have more people involved in the potential to play for a championship. And it's better for the fan bases. And when you're talking about the NFL playoff system, not only is it 14 teams, but you only have to be the best out of your 4-team division. So you got to compete against 4 teams in order to make the playoffs. Again, when you're at the University of Missouri, if you say, hey, you just have to finish in the top 8 to have a chance to play in the playoffs, that's a win every day. And I'm all for that. I think that's awesome. 8 versus 9. Honestly, I think I've been for the 9 game. I think if it was about players and about fans, I think it's a 9-game schedule for the SEC. If it's about coach preservation, which, hey man, I get it, but if we're going to go to 11 humans deciding on a committee which are the 11 best teams, and we stay at 8, we ain't getting in.
Yeah, that's Eli going against a lot of Greg Sankey has said recently in other interviews with ESPN. He is in favor of the play-in day, where it's 6 versus 3, 5 versus 4 day. We hear, from a lot of people around the SEC who tell us coaches would not be in favor of being in 3rd place, having to play the 6th place team to still get into the playoffs.
Oh, I wouldn't either. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's all I've said is because that 3rd place team, as I've mentioned, could be an undefeated conference team. Yeah. You can, by mathematics, with 8 games, have 3 undefeated conference teams, and one of them somehow misses the tiebreak, and now he's got to play the number 6, just to make the playoff, and I just went undefeated in the regular season. That makes no sense.
Let's play it out this year. The 3 is probably going to be either Texas, Georgia, LSU, or Alabama, and they're probably going to have 10 wins. And one of those 4 brands with 10 wins throughout the year plays in a 1-game situation to be out.
Yep. Yeah, but if doing 5+11, they're easily in the playoffs. Yeah. 3rd place in the SEC, easily in the playoffs every year. 4th place, probably in the playoffs every year.
I mean, look, because of brand, he's right. I mean, 11 guys are never going to put Missouri in, but if you win 10 games in the SEC, you're going to get in.
Yeah, that helps him. But for him, what he is saying is, all of a sudden, in Missouri, I'm taking it out of the humans' hands. We just have to be in the standings to get into that play-in game, and 2, I don't have to be number 1 in the SEC. I don't have to be number 4 in the SEC. I've just got to be number 6 in the SEC to get my shot at basically a play-in game to get into the playoffs. How would you perceive that if you were, let's say the Big Ten gets their way? Because you don't think Dayton in the NCAA basketball tournament is in the NCAA tournament.
I do not.
Obviously, you would not think that Saturday, if we were that model, 6 playing at 3, that's not in the playoffs.
No, we're determining who's in the playoffs.
Those are play-in games.
Right.
But if I'm constantly in that play-in game, does that help save my job? If I'm an Eli Drinkowitz?
Maybe. I mean, I'm going to want you to win it at some point. I mean, you can't constantly be in the play-in game and lose it every single time. At some point, I'm going to be like, my gosh, could we win one of these and maybe actually go to the playoffs? It would probably help you a little bit because you're playing that extra game. It feels important. I got my one shot to get in the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to save a job long term.
I don't think he's got to get to the playoffs to save his job, though.
No.
Drinkwitz?
Yeah.
I think at some point you would. I don't think you can just continue, 8-9 win seasons at Missouri and never, ever, ever get to a 16-team playoff ever.
Isn't that what Gary Pinkel did?
They 2 years he would have been there.
Yeah, Gary Pinkel twice played the conference championship game, and if he wins, he's in a 2-team.
Yeah.
Not a 4-team, but a 2-team.
Well, actually, 3 times you go back to the Big 12 days when they played Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean in the SEC, but yes, at Oklahoma. So, I mean, he would have been in the playoff 3 times.
5-11 is the best model for the SEC. It is. Because you are going to get 4 minimum every year.
Unless you got to go to that ninth SEC game to get the 5-11. Big Ten says they're demanding it. And then are those humans going to judge a 10-2 Big 12 team better than a 9-3 SEC team?
No.
If they do, then that's a problem. I mean, a 3-loss SEC team or a 2-loss ACC or Big 12 non-champion, if they're getting at-large bid over a 3-loss SEC team, then you got problems with the selection committee.
Again, it blows me away that the Big 12 has entertained this 5-11 because I'm telling you, man, it's going to be almost every year it's 1. You're going to get your automatic qualifier. And then maybe every 2 or 3 years you'll get that second in, but it's not going to be a lot.
Top of the hour, tell us about Baptist Health again, Brownie, before you get out of here. Brown's out for the final hour. LT and I will have 4 Downs Trash. And the best of SEC Media Days, a little video that Forrester put up. We call them, what do we call them? Buzz reels, hype reels.
Sizzle reels?
Sizzle reels.
What do we call them?
But we got a good one.
Compilations.
Yeah, we got a good one coming up in the next hour that you'll want to see before we get out of here. It's all brought to you by our friends at Baptist Health.
Yeah, the Baptist Health system of care includes 5 acute care hospitals and more than 1,700 licensed beds and freestanding emergency rooms. As been for a century, Baptist Health, an integral part of the healthcare landscape in Alabama. Central Alabama's only private, not-for-profit, faith-based healthcare system dedicated to providing high-quality, accessible care for the communities of Central Alabama. It is Baptist Health, the exclusive sponsor of the next round's coverage of SEC Media Days 2025.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation state that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We know emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere. With 6 ER locations throughout Central Alabama, Baptist Health is ready to provide expert care if you're facing one. When you choose Baptist Health, you'll find a place where chaos meets calm and uncertainty finds answers, giving you more reasons to choose well. To learn more about our high-quality emergency services, visit baptisthealthal.com/ER. baptisthealthal.com/ER. That's baptisthealthal.com/ER.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, rolling on. Final hour of the show. Brownie's off for the weekend. Had some stuff he had to take care of, so we will do this final 60 minutes without him. Tyler and Forrester with us behind the big glass. EG also off today after her great work over in Atlanta. Of course, we've got Taylor Korn handling everything social media at Next Round Live, at Next Round Live. She had a little plumbing issue, and I was trying to tell her, I said, I don't know, there's something, I don't know which one I hate the most. I've had an electrical issue the last 2 years, I've had a plumbing issue the last 2 years, and I've had a car issue the last 2 years. Of those 3, I mean, health is obviously number 1. But of those 3 things, which one is the bigger pain in the butt?
Well, probably plumbing, but because we've got our friends at Hemphill Services, they make it so easy. But yeah, I mean, just on the surface, it's typically plumbing.
Yeah, I mean, plumbing, but electrical, man. If you've got parts of the electrical grid inside your house that are shutting off, and they can't figure out why, that scares me. I'm always afraid the place is going to burn down.
So my dishwasher, and I got A+ and Brad Bell and everybody came in and they did the new kitchen. We got a new dishwasher and it's not working right now. And it's the only thing. And I talked to Brad and he's like, you've got a circuit that is shorted out. And so I've got to get that figured out. But I'm right there with you. It's just odd that you've got one separate thing that would just not work.
Yeah. And then Vulcan Tire and Automotive. I mean, I just named 3 things that can go wrong in your life that really disrupts your day, and we got people that solve those problems all the time.
I'm excited. Jace is he's doing electrical now, so he's been on the job 2 weeks. So I'm going to have an electrician in the family.
Make a killing. Tell us about Hemphill as we get going into this hour. Heating, plumbing, and cooling.
Yeah, the name, if you have a Taylor-like issue, whether you experience the plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
All right, final hour here. We want to talk a little quarterbacks with some more stuff from SEC Media Days. Let's start cut number 3, Tyler, if you will. All of our coverage brought to you by Baptist Medical over in Atlanta. I know we didn't get a chance, like we did with Quinn Ewers, to sit down and talk with Arch Manning. But after seeing him walk around, move around, and hearing the stuff he said over there in his interviews, what was your takeaway of Arch Manning?
Well, he's media savvy. I mean, guy's comfortable. You understand this because the family is the first family of football, so it doesn't come as a surprise. Doesn't come as a surprise there wasn't the accessibility because so many people, boy, that was such a weird facial expression from Feinbaum when he shook his hand. But look, this doesn't come as any surprise at all. But this is the most hyped guy I've seen at Media Days since Tim Tebow the first time he showed up in Birmingham.
I would agree with that. Here is Arch Manning on the quarterbacks he likes to watch. This is a breakout that EG had with him. Quarterbacks he likes to watch.
I like watching Cam and then Johnny Manziel and then on to Burrow. I've watched a lot of Burrow lately, and I think right now it's kind of Burrow and Josh Allen. So I'm a football fan, so I like watching all those guys.
So he watched Cam, he watched Manziel, but a lot of Burrow lately. And, of course, he's a New Orleans kid. And a lot of Josh Allen. You saw him in the run packages at Texas.
He's a big physical dude.
You see a little Josh Allen?
Yeah, a little bit there. I mean, he is going to be more polished than Josh Allen when he came out of Wyoming. I am shocked that Josh Allen has become the quarterback he's become. He was the best player in the NFL last year. We'll see if that translates and carries over again this year.
Wyoming, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There are so many great quarterbacks in this league because, a guy that we really don't talk about was your rookie of the year last year in Jaden Daniels. I mean, he might come in and be the best quarterback this year. Burrow is right there. Allen's right there. Lamar Jackson is right there. Obviously, Pat Mahomes is right there. Burrow, there was a moment in time, going back 2 years ago that I believe Burrow was the best quarterback in the league. So if he wins the MVP this year, I wouldn't be surprised.
The one knock on Arch is always the competition he faced in high school.
Right.
Right? Was it Newman? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, private school, New Orleans. Just everybody, including guys like Tom Luganbill, has said, look, this is not your, what you traditionally see in, high schools across Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, and in the Deep South.
Yeah. But if there's any silver lining, Arch got asked over there who's the best player ever to come out of Newman, and I'd forgotten this guy played there. He said, it's easily Odell Beckham Jr.
Pretty good player, yeah.
Yeah, he said, I used to go to his games when I was a kid, and he was playing at Newman, and he was the quarterback, receiver, running back, and DB. He played different positions.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah.
No, the difference. I'm sure they've had great skill guys come out of there. The difference is, the offensive lines and the defensive lines.
Yeah. So I thought Arch was interesting. His coach made some news. Cut number 2, if you can, Tyler. Because when you think Texas, LT, you think all the money you need. And Sark got clapped back at this comment earlier this week about the NIL and the rev share that Texas has compared to others.
We only have so much money to go around, and so we've got to do a great job evaluating. We've got to do a great job of rewarding those players that are doing it at a high level within our program so that they don't go anywhere else. But we've also got to continue to develop our players as they grow and make sure that our players aren't doing this for the idea of money. And I think sometimes, quite frankly, I think it hurts us a little bit in recruiting in the fact that when kids come on our campus, one of the first things we do, we don't talk about NIL. We don't talk about NIL or revenue sharing or publicity rights until the very end. And that may hurt us on some kids, but if a kid is coming to Texas for that reason, we don't want them anyway. We want kids that want to be at the University of Texas because of the school, the coaches, the team, the culture, all those things that go into it. And oh, by the way, you can get publicity rights or revenue share, so on and so forth. If you're coming for the other reason, he's probably going to be the guy in 18 months that's back in the portal going somewhere else where they're going to offer him more money, because I can't offer every player the most money that he might get offered from another school. It just doesn't work like that anymore.
What do you think of those comments?
I like that from Sark. So to analogize this, like if a guy shows up and your first meeting with him on campus, it's all about money. This is almost the equivalent of a first date with a girl talking about marriage and kids.
Wow.
I mean, this stuff should naturally progress, and you should get to that point. When you're on date, 27, then maybe those conversations start to come up. After you've had, your official visit and you build a rapport with these coaches and you've narrowed it down to 3, 4, 5 schools, then you can start to have those discussions. But it would turn me off if a kid and his dad, and I'm sure it happens all the time, they immediately show up, the first thing they want to talk about is money.
That's been what's been the most refreshing thing about the whole Arch Manning experience at Texas. Now, it's different because he's coming from a family that's got a lot of money, right?
Yeah, like he never plays a down in the NFL. He's going to be completely fine.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people come, a lot of athletes come and they need money. Their family needs money. My family would have needed money 100%, still does. But Arch didn't have to do with that. So it was refreshing that he didn't come in talking money. I don't think he took NIL the first year. It's refreshing that he decided to wait. He said I wanted to play for Sark. I wanted to play at Texas. I love Texas. I've got friends away from football I like. I love the city of Austin. Loves the whole Texas experience. That's why he waited and didn't go to the portal. That's why he sat behind Quinn Ewers. Because I enjoyed being Quinn Ewers' backup for 2 years. I learned a lot of things.
And I understand this. I mean, first of all, you want to go somewhere that, that's not Ole Miss, Tennessee. I mean, if you went there, that would be fine. But I thought it was interesting he was carving his own path. But I also think it benefits a guy like Arch that is going to play in the NFL for being in a complicated offense like Sark. It makes the transition easier going from the college game to the NFL.
This is all going to time out perfectly, by the way, because I believe Arch quarterbacks 2 years at Texas.
I do too. I don't think it's going to be one and done unless – he could go out and completely blow it up. They win the national championship. He wins a Heisman. If that happened, then maybe he's like, I don't have anything else to do. But I think he's going to love the college experience so much like his uncles, that I think he's going to play 2 years.
So if he plays 2 years, that means Marshall will be a sophomore in high school when Arch goes to the pros. Marshall is Peyton Manning's son, who is an 8th grader, who is now officially enrolled at the Baylor School in Chattanooga.
Is he a quarterback, I'm assuming?
He is a quarterback who Arch and others said was leading that level, the best team on that level at the Manning Passing Academy. They were doing 7-on-7.
It's shocking. Another great Manning quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
and there will be hype around Marshall Manning, Peyton's son.
I just don't even know how that's possible, though. I mean, you look at Michael Jordan, his kids weren't good at basketball. I say they weren't good. They played collegiately, but you know what I mean? I mean, these guys it's the highest of high levels, and even his dad, Cooper, a lot of people said that he was maybe the best athlete of the bunch, but the injuries derailed everything.
Yeah, interesting, the whole Manning pipeline. More quarterback talk and our 4 downs coming up after we tell you about a couple of our great sponsors. One of them, of course, is our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. They bring you the final hour of the show every day, champyschicken.com. Go by and see Sterling and the crew there. Highway 119 in Alabaster, the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, the chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, hand-cut chicken fingers, and so much more. It's champyschicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. And also our friends friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
205-969-8100, the number that I called back in 2003. I had the 2200 vision, legally blind without the aid of contacts after the procedure, which only took 12 minutes for both eyes. 2015 vision, better than 2020. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She will hook you up with that hassle-free consultation. Zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, MichelsonLaserVision.com.
All right, I want you to listen to John Mateer over in Atlanta on what he did to become a leader at Oklahoma. Now, one thing you'll hear here is he had a little bit of an advantage than another transfer quarterback or any other transfer quarterback that is coming in, say Jackson Arnold, who has to go to Auburn and learn the Hugh Freeze system, or somebody like that who's coming in. John Mateer didn't have to worry about that. So here's how Mateer became a leader quickly at Oklahoma.
How did you take a leadership role when you came in? Everybody's kind of said that right away, it just kind of like you've been there for years. Mm-hmm. So what tangibly did you do to kind of assert yourself in that room?
I would say I was fortunate because I didn't have to learn a whole new offense. So I was able to take time and learn the players that I was going to play with and build relationships in the locker room and hang out with them and help them learn the offense. Because building relationships is the most important thing to leading. You can't lead people you don't know, and they're not going to trust you if they don't know you. So that was super important to me, and they embraced me. It wasn't all me. They embraced me. They put me in the front of the line. The players put me in the front of the line first day of workouts, and then I just wanted to do it by my work. I didn't want to say a whole lot and be like, oh, I'm the leader, this and that. I didn't try to do that. I just wanted to work as hard as I could and prove to them that I was capable of leading.
You said earlier, dangerous team.
I think so. 80s hair, best 80s hair out there.
Yeah.
Straight up, butt cut, bangs, everything. I think this team is extremely dangerous. You talked about the 18 teams with the blue chip model, 50% plus on that roster.
70% for them.
70%. The schedule is absolutely brutal. But people that worry about the transition playing from Washington State and that schedule and his production to how it is going to translate over to the SEC, you think about the players that he's got around him. I mean, 70% of that roster, these are the best players he's ever had. Skill-wise, the offensive line was a complete train wreck last year. It's going to be so much better this year. Again, if they had Missouri's schedule, I mean, I would say I feel really good about 4 teams, Alabama, Texas, Georgia, and LSU getting into the college football playoff. I would feel great about Oklahoma if they have Missouri's schedule. Schedule scares me to death.
Blue chip ratio, CBS Sports. Oklahoma's got more blue chip players on their roster than 2018 national champion Clemson had and more than 2019 national champion LSU had.
Yeah, this is why I think you and I agree. If Venables, I think he could get away with 8 wins because the schedule's so difficult. But if they don't make an impact where people are like, this is one of the 15 best teams in college football, I think they're going to be looking for a new coach next year.
And that gets us to cut number 1, Tyler, if you will. LT asked Kalen DeBoer, which I thought was the best question that we asked Kalen DeBoer in our time together here. I'll let you hear what LT asked here, but it's about consistency that he expects from Ty Simpson compared to Jalen Milroe. Listen in.
The Jalen Milroe experience last year was interesting. I mean, at times he was the best quarterback in college football, and then there were some down moments. Do you expect more consistency this year with Ty?
Yeah, and I think consistency has to do with that position, but to do with everyone else around you, you know, and the offensive line being consistent, the receiving core being consistent, everyone just being a little bit more on the same page because of reps. We all get better because of reps, and reps is individual, but reps is also what you do together. And, these guys have now year 2, and we've brought a couple more, I think, pieces in, especially in the receiving position, that I can think are going to be really beneficial. That position group now is another year long. I mean, Ryan Williams, as great as he was, there's still so many things that he can and will continue to get better at until he plays his last snaps, hopefully in pro ball, right? And so, that consistency comes through repetitions. We've really hammered situational stuff. What are we going to do when we're in that moment? And you're building a system, too, that can attack all the different defenses and all the different situations you're in throughout the course of the season. And, when you're in your first year, sometimes there's things that you have to install offensively. I know that happened defensively too. Just because there's a volume amount that only guys can handle in spring ball, in the summer, in fall camp. And, you get to a week 5, 6, 7, whatever it might be, and a new opponent that has a little something different, and you want this wrinkle that you've used, in the past, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever it was, you put it in, you don't execute it as well. And that might have been the case in some cases for him. Sometimes, you try not to put too much on his plate, make him think too much, whatever it might be. There's reasons for a lot of it. But I think Ty's really got a great head on his shoulders. He's really continued to grow this summer. I'm excited about the progress he's made, as well as the other quarterbacks.
Yeah, consistency is what you look for at that position. We talked earlier, Alabama and Ohio State, the most blue chips on a roster in college football. Here's a guy that, as he said, had a whole year to just learn the new system.
Well, and this is Julian Sayin, too, on the other side. When you talk about Ohio State, a guy that if he was still in this quarterback room, it would be really interesting. Would Sayin be the guy? Would Ty Simpson be the guy? Both of these guys are unproven, but, such a high ceiling for both.
Baptist Health bringing you all of our sound and coverage. What you didn't see on the show, there's 18 times more of that on our social media platforms, including YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Set the automatic downloads on Apple and Spotify for our podcast there. That helps us out tremendously, and thank you so much to our friends at Baptist Health. Let's do a leaderboard update before we do our 4 downs from the Open Championship. It's brought to you by our friends at Vulcan Tires.
Vulcan Tire and Automotive, before you get on the road this summer for that summer vacation, if you're squeezing one in before the kids get back to school, make sure everything is properly checked, bumper to bumper. Our friends at Vulcan Tire and Automotive, best in the business. Mention the tires, mention the next round. They're going to give you the best tire pricing in all of Birmingham. VulcanTireandAuto.com for more information.
Harmon and Lee still lead it at 8 under par. Harmon's in the clubhouse. Lee is on the golf course, but here comes Scotty Scheffler. Through 7 holes, he is down to 7 under. Weather is impending, though. They've got rain coming, they've got wind coming, and he's got, 10 holes left to play basically out there.
Well, he's going to be right now, Las Vegas. I haven't seen updated odds, but he is going to be your favorite.
Going into the weekend.
Yeah, and it's not even going to be close.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It'll be interesting to see what the afternoon weather for his final 10 holes does to him out there. But Scheffler is there chasing a couple of guys that we don't expect to be around on Sunday, including Brian Harmon. But there's Scotty Scheffler, the betting favorite to win this thing. And as LT says, he'll be a heavy favorite if he survives the weather down the stretch here to end round 2.
And one name I would look out for is John Rahm. He is through 7. He is 3 under, but he's 2 under today. And that is a name. Just be watching him on that back 9.
Yep. All right, let's get to our 4 downs today, brought to you by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA, the fine folks there that help you stay on top of your health. Guys, we had young singer Myles Morgan on earlier today, and when you're in your 20s like that, you're bulletproof, man. You're thinking about just living your best life. As you move into your 30s and then your 40s and so forth, you start realizing mortality is a real thing. Early detection can literally save your life. That's what Urology Centers of Alabama will do for you. Prostate health, the kidney stones, everything in between. 205-930-0920. 16 locations. Find out details and set an appointment today at urologycentersalabama.com.
First down.
San Fran 49er offensive tackle Trent Williams, 37 today. If I asked you ultimately better career, Trent Williams or Trent Reznor? This is the former 9 Inch Nails frontman who does a lot of scoring for music or for movies now, especially David Fincher.
I was just coming back from Atlanta. Forrester and I were playing our musical game that we like to play on the road.
Who won?
Forrester did again. I blew a 1-0 lead on Lithium. 9 Inch Nails came on, and they're actually out on tour coming back from Europe, about to get to the American version of their tour, so they're still out on tour.
Yeah, they've got such a cult following, and, just his sound is so unique. I would go Trent Williams just because I think he's probably one of the best 10 to 15 tackles of all time. But I love the partnership of Reznor and David Fincher. What do you guys say, music guys back there?
I'd go Reznor. He had a lot of success with 9 Inch Nails. I think what most people don't realize is for tours, Trent Reznor just hires musicians to go on tour with him. He writes everything and records everything himself.
Really?
I think his first collab with David Fincher was Social Network, I think. But that was such a haunting, well-done score of a movie.
Yeah, he's got one guy that he collaborates on scores with, but for tours, he just hires people to go on tour with him. And I think he's seen more success in movies now than he did in music, which is crazy because that was during the height of the grunge MTV era.
Oh, yeah. Scotty, what say you?
Yeah, Trent Williams is great, but I think this is Reznor. Easy.
Okay.
What's my favorite 9 Inch Nails song? Is it Closer? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have you sang that one.
Yeah.
On the way back.
Uncomfortably?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other
wedding song, right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you oh my gosh, what's the other song I'm looking for? It's got 2 choruses. Bow down to
Head Like a Hole.
Yeah, Head Like a Hole. But it's got 2 choruses in it, which is pretty amazing when you think about it, right?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Boy, if you'd sang the lyrics, I know that song, I would have said that's a Metallica song.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No,
it's 9 Inch Nails. How about that?
Second down.
Janai Broom, 23 years old today. If I asked you ultimately, Auburn Tiger with a better career, Janai Broom or Cam Coleman?
I'm going to go Cam Coleman, and it'll all be size. I watched a little summer league breakout from Janai's last game. Hit a couple of threes, so he's shooting the ball outside.
He's going to have to hit those shots to have any kind of factor.
Yeah. But he's hitting them right now in the summer league, which is his, the test that's in front of him right now. But I'm going to go Cam Coleman. Just size. I think he'll get a shot. It hasn't worked out for him yet in college to be the takeover receiver that he could be and is supposed to be. I think eventually, whether it's at Auburn, somewhere else, or in the NFL, eventually he'll be with a quarterback that'll make him explode.
Yeah, Cam Coleman, just his skill set, he is going to be a starting receiver in the NFL one day. So I think the upside, I would go Coleman. The better Auburn career is going to be Broom.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, but the better overall career will be Cam Coleman.
Agree, 100%.
Third down.
ESPN, the late Stuart Scott would have been 60 years old. Stuart Scott? This is such a random. Or Kristen Stewart?
Kristen Stewart fame is...
She was Twilight. The Runaways.
Yeah. I wonder your thought process on putting these together sometimes.
Well, what I did here is I was looking for another Stewart, and there really wasn't. I guess I could have gone Payne Stewart, but I just randomly went with a chick and Kristen Stewart.
You could have gone the old guy that was on the new generation of Star Trek, the bald-headed guy, Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
That would have been...
I mean, Kristen Stewart's had a hell of a career.
Yeah, it would have been an easy Patrick Stewart win. It would have been an easy Payne Stewart win. But in this one, I'm going to go slightly Stuart Scott. I wasn't a huge fan to start with, but the more I got used to him and went along, I really liked him. And then after his death, I really, missed what he was and missed having him on my TV.
Yeah, he is one of those guys that would maybe wear you down with the over-the-top bits at times, but when you start to hear his true story and how much passion he really had for his job.
Yeah. And now I go back and watch old Sports Centers when they pop up,
and you
I'm
kind of miss him.
Like, damn, that was good, man.
Yeah, because he had such a personality.
Yeah.
I would go Kristen Stewart, but it's close.
Yeah, I think so. She's worked with some great directors. She started off, I think her first role was in Panic Room.
With Jodie Foster.
Yep, with Jodie Foster, another David Fincher movie. But then she really got popular with Twilight, and those movies are awful.
Yeah, I'm only familiar with her in Twilight, so this is Stuart Scott all day.
Okay, well, I have never seen a Twilight movie. It's the werewolves and vampires and stuff, right? Yeah. But I just, I don't know. I still think she's got a lot of meat on the bone because I think she's only in her early 30s, right? If that.
I think so.
She does a lot of more like low budget indie,
She
just
does.
sort of weird movies. She was in an A24 movie last year called Love Lies Bleeding.
Oh, I
which
saw
was-
it.
Yeah,
It
that
was
odd.
it was good but very strange, where she falls in love with the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those that I don't know if our audience is going to love. Ed Harris looks like the crypt keeper, though.
Yes.
Fourth down.
Queen great Brian May, 78 years old today. Ultimately, better career, Brian May or Brian Kelly. Now, BK is going to have to win some national championships to get here.
He is. So Brian May was part of Queen.
Yeah, he was the guitarist. And
With the big hair.
He was the one that wrote the music, wrote the songs.
He wrote some, and he has such a unique guitar riff. So when you hear Brian May, you're like, well, that's Brian May.
Because obviously, from the movie I watched, Freddie Mercury, unbelievable front guy, but it sounds like this was the guy that made the band successful. So by that nature, I mean, the front guy is the reason why he was big.
So this is a, one of the, they said he's like a true rocket scientist, like just a brilliant guy. But he was kind of the guy that held the band together.
Yeah. So I'm going to go him over Brian Kelly because, as you said, Kelly would have to climb a couple of mountains, not one, just to do what Queen did for music.
Yeah, and Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't think it ever hit number one back in the 70s, but I did think it hit number one when they brought back the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. I think so.
It hit number one in the UK twice and charted in the US in 3 different decades.
I mean, that's incredible.
It charted in 1975 with the initial release, again with the 1992 film Wayne's World.
That's the one I was going to say that probably brought it into modern culture.
And then it hit the charts a 3rd time when the biopic came out.
What did it peak at in each of those years? Do you have it?
One in the UK, and then I'm trying to find the other ones. Hit number 1 after Freddie Mercury's death, and number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1976. Hit number 2 on the Hot 100 after Wayne's World, and number 3 on the Hot 100 after the movie.
Yeah. So wow, it went to number 2, higher than when it originally was released after the movie Wayne's World. That's
Yes.
pretty crazy. That's probably what Almost Famous did for Tiny Dancer. Even though Tiny Dancer was a big hit originally, it probably brought it back, especially in streams and downloads.
As
in
much
this
as
era.
I like Elton John, a lot of his stuff, every time I hear Tiny Dancer, the only thing I can think of is the scene in Almost Famous on the Bus.
Me too. That's 4 Downs, brought to you by our friends at Twin Peaks today. Tell us about Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, great place to go. That happy hour, the 29-degree cold beer. You see the Twin Peak girl running right at you there in 3D. Legendary cold beer. Ours is only 36 degrees in studio right now. Signature 29-degree drafts there. Great variety of tequila and bourbon. Stop in for lunch or dinner. Major League Baseball back on tonight at Twin Peaks.
That includes Yankees and Braves. Braves 12.5 back, trade deadline coming up. We'll see if they're sellers or not.
Yeah, could enough be going on in Atlanta for a full week?
Yeah. Had Beyonce for 4 nights. You had WWE, had the All-Star game. You had SEC Media Days, and here come the Yankees.
And you've got, for the fashion people, Market is in Atlanta this week.
Wow. Brewers, who won 7 straight to the break at the Dodgers tonight. Glass now gets his 2nd start.
Last time out, Brewers swept the Dodgers.
Tigers' best record in baseball right now. They haven't won their division since 2014. They lead their division. Houston leads their division. Toronto leads the East. Dodgers, trying to win their 12th division championship in 13 years, lead the West. The Cubs are in first place. And the Phillies by a half game over the Mets. Mets haven't won the division since 2015. And we start the second half of the Major League Baseball season. Play the games at lanceslock.com, lanceslock.com. This hour brought to you by Champy's Chicken as we head to break here. Trash and a little NFL on the other side. champyschicken.com. Go by for your tailgating, or if you're watching football this weekend or any weekend, go by and see Sterling and the crew. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We know emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere. With 6 ER locations throughout Central Alabama, Baptist Health is ready to provide expert care if you're facing one. When you choose Baptist Health, you'll find a place where chaos meets calm and uncertainty finds answers, giving you more reasons to choose well. To learn more about our high-quality emergency services, visit baptisthealthal.com/ER. baptisthealthal.com/ER. That's baptisthealthal.com/ER.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
All right, one more Vulcan Tire and Automotive update, LT, if you will, on what's going on at the British Open. They are talking about the weather, not only today, but for the weekend. That's always part of the Open Championship. If you're having need your car weather eyes before we get to the winter coming up, Vulcan Tire and Automotive, the heat can do it damage as well. They'll take care of it all.
Absolutely. If you're jumping on the road this summer, you need to make sure that the car is properly tuned up. Bumper to bumper, our friends at Vulcan Tire and Automotive, all those great locations, they can handle it. Cooler rides start there, from the airflow to refrigerant levels. Of course, if you're looking for, if you got the old tires, you need to stop in. You don't need to roll on the old tires. Tell them the next round sent you. They're going to give you the best tire pricing in all of Birmingham. Stop in one of those great locations. For more information, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
USA Network and NBC for the weekend if you're watching the Open Championship. Three-way tie at the top right now. Fitzpatrick, Lee, and Harmon. An Englishman, a man from China, and a man from America. The All-American, Scotty Scheffler, one shot back as he plays this afternoon. He's at 7 under. The leaders are at 8 under. And then you go to McIntyre at 5 under behind Scheffler. So right now, 3 leaders, and then Scheffler is circling like a shark at the Open Championship. 2 NFL notes before we get to trash. T.J. Watt signs a contract to stay in Pittsburgh. 3-year, $123 million. That's $41 million a year, the highest paid non-quarterback in the game.
And this is just going to continue this trend. Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson, these guys are going to be next. They're going to get paid, but well-deserved from T.J. Watt. Never thought he was going to be right there with his brother, J.J., but T.J. just a dominant defender for Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin.
The Jets spent $250 million this week on 2 players, Garrett Wilson, receiver, Sauce Gardner, corner. The Sauce contract, the biggest for a corner in the game.
Garrett Wilson has been wasted because of the elite quarterback play. I think he is arguably a top 5 receiver, and Sauce Gardner he's a top 5 cornerback.
Von Miller to the Commanders, 8-time Pro Bowler. Anything left in the tank for Von Miller to contribute for the Commanders?
Yeah, the Commanders hope so. The offense was the calling card last year with Jaden Daniels. Now, Dan Quinn trying to get that defense right, and Von Miller, wherever he goes, teams win.
Let's get to trash. It's brought to you in part today by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Before Tyler hits the trash open, let me tell you about Greg from Pell City and the fine family-owned business there at Storm Restoration Roofing. Andrea and Greg Nelson, they run the company. They own the company. It's been locally owned for over 20 years. Free no-cost roof inspection. If you call that number, that's his cell number, 205-542-3531, 542-3531. Or you can look him up on Facebook, Greg from Pell City. The free no-cost roof inspection is only the starting point. He does full roof replacements if the roof has gotten old and aged out. Roofing repairs if you have something that's gone wrong. Storm repairs, which is actually in the name. It's all right there. Storm Restoration Roofing, A+ rated. He's got local crews. His son-in-laws are on the crews. So that family-based business ain't going anywhere, and that's what makes Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing stand out from the others. Check it out. It is Storm Restoration Roofing.
Any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. The weekend is here. Pick up one of them suitcases of Bud Light wherever you're heading this weekend. So I like Christopher Nolan films. I'm not nearly as big of a Christopher Nolan fan as Tyler or Melton. That's safe to say.
Is that safe to say, Tyler?
It is, especially Melton. Melton absolutely loves Christopher Nolan. He saw Oppenheimer, I believe, 5 or 6 times in theaters when it came out.
Wow.
He watched it 2 times back to back.
So his next project, The Odyssey, IMAX tickets are already being sold upwards of $500 after selling out within hours of their release. The interesting thing here is the release date is not until July 17th of 2026.
Oh, wow.
Now, advance tickets for the Oscar-winning director's forthcoming movie starring Matt Damon, Zendaya, Tom Holland went on sale midnight on Thursday. Premiere screenings taking place across the globe next year. Select U.S. and Canadian cities, as well as London, Melbourne, and Prague. All theaters equipped with the IMAX 70-millimeter screens. Some lucky fans on Reddit managed to snag single tickets for around $32.
What are those other prices out there?
That would be eBay listings for the tickets.
So these are the people that were lucky enough to snag them for $32, turned around and flipped them.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? $200, $350.
Up to $500. Now, after the success of Nolan's previous Oscar-winning feature, Oppenheimer, which grossed $975 million globally, made over $190 million of its revenue from IMAX screenings alone, it can be assumed that studios and theaters would prefer to lean further into that demand. Earlier this year, it was reported that Odyssey is being shot entirely on IMAX cameras, first commercial feature film to do so. New IMAX cameras, which are reportedly lighter and 30% quieter, eliminate the usual problems that come with traditional film and digital cameras, like scanning and processing of the film stock. They also allow the director to easily watch dailies while filming. Now, The Odyssey, which is still filming, is an adaptation of Homer's epic Greek poem. Story follows Matt Damon's character, King of Ithaca, as he journeys home after the Trojan War. However, his expedition proves perilous as he has to battle numerous threats and mythological creatures.
Wow. I was going to say, was it Roman, but it's Greek, and this is off the Odyssey. Wow.
Yes.
So was that Id and some other things? I'm trying to remember. I had to read the Odyssey once. And
the Iliad.
The Iliad.
I never
That's the
read
story
the
of
Odyssey.
the Trojan War. And then the Odyssey is Odysseus taking 10 years, I believe, to return home.
Yeah, I would hope this translation is going to be a little more fan-friendly. I'm sure it will be.
In the books?
Than the books, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd read a page. And
Not
I'd
a beach read, right?
I'd read a page and I'd be like, okay, let me read that again. I don't understand what I'm reading here.
Madison County Waffle House employee called 911 on Monday night to report an attempted robbery. Now, the suspect was unarmed, simply left after grabbing some napkins, according to the sheriff's office. He was identified as Edward Rodriguez. Based on video footage and witness descriptions, Rodriguez entered the Waffle House about 8 p.m. Witnesses described him as a white man wearing a gray hoodie, dark jeans, and a dark hat with dark hair, reportedly accompanied by a small dog. Rodriguez then began shouting, "Get on the ground, y'all are getting robbed."
Oh.
Now, he then stated he was, quote, high and drunk before grabbing napkins and walking out, got into a vehicle, left the parking lot. 911 caller told deputies. Suspect did not appear to have a weapon, but did raise his hands and his fingers in the shape of a gun. He was arrested and taken to jail on charges of unarmed robbery and assault.
Okay, now seriously. And you guys know I'm I'm a proponent of the Second Amendment, but I don't roll around packing all the time. But if I'm working overnight at a Waffle House, there is a chance that I've got a legal gun that I'm permitted to carry. I've got it right under the counter, just in case, because I don't know what I'm going to get in the middle of the night.
Waffle House is an interesting place, especially between the hours of, we'll say, 11 p.m. This was a little earlier at 8 p.m., but between the hours of 11 p.m. and 5 in the morning.
So if this guy screams, y'all getting robbed, and I pull my weapon just instinctively and pop him, what's happening?
I think you would probably be fine.
But he's got no gun on him.
He's got a finger gun.
Yeah, but at what point do I get in trouble that he doesn't have a gun on him? I'm not a police officer. I'm just a Waffle House cook or waiter.
Well, could you make the same argument that it would be like those dummies that go into gas stations and try to rob them with a BB gun? That it looked like a gun and you thought your life was in danger, so you're justified.
I think Waffle House is going to have a problem with this, but if you are if you're a regular citizen in there and, you're carrying, you shoot this guy, I think you're going to be fine.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Waffle House is the one restaurant that tells its employees to fight against the robbers.
Didn't you say that you thought Drake?
I did. I thought it was a little...
I see a little Drake, a little Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, I see more Lonzo Ball.
So a man has been arrested after police say he was seen chugging a bottle of Tabasco sauce and challenging random people to fight him in the parking lot. On Monday, officers with the Sparks Police Department responded to an area after a man was seen shirtless, of course, while allegedly challenging those around him. Security guard asked the man to leave, to which the suspect, 40-year-old Michael Smith, responded with what police department called, quote, choice words, then pulled out a knife and challenged the guard. Police arrived, found Smith, who was still shirtless, carrying the knife around in the sheath. No one was injured. Smith was arrested on charges of assault with a deadly weapon and, shockingly, possession of drug paraphernalia.
Wow. Under the influence of habanero at that point.
So we had our buddy Heath drank one of the big bottles of Tabasco, the huge one. We put it filled up an entire 16-ounce solo cup.
Wow.
And so we pitched in. This is back when we used to have a little fun with the dares and stuff. But the deal was he had to consume it in 5 minutes and hold it down for an hour.
Did he eventually throw up?
Couldn't shed or throw up. Yeah, I'll never forget. So Furio, one of my little Italian greyhounds, kept going up to him. He was laid out on the couch, and we're all down there. We were filming this because we wanted him to lose. We wanted to see him, the torture of drinking the Tabasco and then throwing it up before the hour, transpired. So he laid on the couch. Furio kept going up and licking him, and he was shooing Furio off. Right at the 1 hour mark, he ran up and puked his guts out for what seemed to be hours.
What makes you throw up? The vinegar?
I don't know.
I mean, it's got to have some vinegar in it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's loaded with vinegar.
Maybe it's the peppers. I don't know.
Shoe-stealing fox living up to its reputation as a trickster in the Grand Teton National Park. Fox stole a surprising 19 shoes in recent weeks, so National Park Service crews put up signs in the Wyoming park warning campers to keep their footwear in a safe space like tents, vehicles, or bear boxes. That didn't do the trick since the fox has taken a whopping 32 shoes now.
Wow. So this fox running around the Tetons is taking the shoes.
Yeah. Now, they said in the release, quote, "What does the fox do with the shoes? We still don't know. Maybe it's a toy. Maybe it's a nesting material collection." They used a little humor to share the story of the sly shoe stealer. They also pointed out that it's a problem for the fox to get acclimated to humans. They provided some tips to campers to keep their shoes and the fox safe. Number one was store your shoes, food, and scented items appropriately. Leave no shoes behind. Don't bait wildlife with belongings. Let wildlife be wildlife. No campground mascots. Don't stare. If a fox shows up, make noise and encourage it to move along. Wild animals need to stay wild. I have no idea why, but foxes are all over my Instagram search page.
I would tell you that as an old father of a Dora the Explorer fan, Swiper the Fox, as one of the aliases, is a great name. The Midnight Mismatcher, because he's only taken one shoe.
I think the fox is a cool-looking animal. They seem like they'd be dirty, though.
I would imagine, yeah. Them and coyotes. Coyotes seem dirtier than foxes.
A lot of foxes, some scientists have been putting out studies saying that they expect foxes to end up domesticated in the future because they're already showing that behavior in crowded areas.
Wow.
Walking up to humans and asking for food and stuff like that.
And one day I'll be able to pet a fox?
One day, yeah.
Yeah, how about that? And that is trash.
That's it.
Brought to you today by our friends at Gutter Cap. Tell us about Gutter Cap, LT.
205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. Call our good friend Chris Stewart. He will come out, give you an absolutely free estimate. The last thing you want to do after a long work week is get on that dangerous roof. You get out the ladder, you get up there, you slip, you fall, you snap the neck and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212 or goodercapbirmingham.com.
Sizzle reel, they call it in the business. We're going to end our show today. Forster has worked hours putting this together. The best of the best from our Baptist Health coverage of SEC Media Days in Atlanta. If you missed any of our coverage, we got the extended long version of everything available for you on our platforms, thanks to our friends at Baptist Health. But here in 5 minutes and 54 seconds, all you need to know, taking us to the weekend. God bless you and God bless America. Here's the best of SEC Media Days.
For all of those you like to speculate about super conferences, welcome to one.
I didn't come here to go 7-5 every year. I came to South Carolina to compete for championships.
I mean, Hugh Freeze is a great coach. They have a very well-ran program at Auburn. But, you know, it's Battle of the Warriors.
If the situation is advantageous, then I could never imagine Nick Saban walking away from the game of football and an opportunity to coach.
We've also been 0-3 in openers at LSU under my watch, and we needed to do some things differently.
You get to take any SEC mascot in a fight to death. Which one are you taking?
I'm taking him with me or I'm going against him?
You're taking him with you.
Oh, well, elephant.
Hold on, let me think.
And it was all because of the Beehive last night. It was live and in effect.
The fashion.
I saw a lot of guys and gals, boots, hats, short shorts, some cheekage out.
He's goofy, he loves hot yoga, and he loves fishing.
It seemed like in the past week you've had a few tweets tagging or directing at Hugh Freeze. Was curious what the message or thought behind some of those posts were.
That had nothing to do with his golf game, which sounds like he's doing amazing at that. So that's great for him.
I think Lane's done a great job. I couldn't get away with doing all the social media, so I admire him. Let's go have fun with him.
There's nothing bigger, right?
Are you worried about the agility of the elephant?
No, I'm thinking about like a tiger at its very best can do damage to me. But singularly, what damage are they doing to the elephant?
Like, I got Cam texting me at 8:30 at night, wanting to throw like damn near every night.
Yeah.
Like, dude, chill out a second. Like, I got to rest my arm too, but.
Well, at the end of the day, it's never about who's not in your building. It's about who is in your building.
Probably going with Tusk.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah.
In a fight to death.
Because I don't think anybody would take Tusk seriously.
Right.
And I think with those horns, there could be some serious damage done.
College football is not broken, or college athletics isn't broken. It's just going through a change, and you've got to be able to adapt with that.
We only have so much money to go around. I can't offer every player the most money that he might get offered from another school. It just doesn't work like that anymore.
Ravage Mike the Tiger, like one that has not been fed properly for like 2 or 3 weeks.
There's a lot of hype around you as a quarterback, but what do people maybe not know about you?
I feel like I'm a pretty normal guy. I like to hang out with my buddies, play golf. I take football pretty seriously, but other than that, just a regular guy.
You know, the narrative is that you see a big fat smelly dude. That's what you think. Like, that's not who I am. It's either you big and you smell good.
Actually, you smell good, man. I don't know what you're kicking over there, but you smell good.
But honestly, the ability, assuming that the elephant can use his hands, the ability for that elongated snout to maybe use as a leverage point. I like Al the elephant maybe in a battle such.
That's our responsibility to be to be at the top. Right? That's the expectation of, I know at Alabama.
Before last month, did you know who Thomas Castellanos was?
I knew he had transferred from Boston College.
A leader of that defense, to hear those comments, what's your reaction?
Nothing matters other than what goes on inside those lines, and we'll see when the game gets here.
And not like the Clemson BS Tiger,
The
like
meth
that one.
head tiger?
The meth head Tiger is no. That's although would be probably a good fight because you never know what's going to happen with the meth head.
That's right.
And the longer I think about this interview, the probably worse it is for my career.
I don't have a prosthetic arm. Just letting y'all know.
We can talk a lot about potential for the next 40 days, but we'll play the games in the fall.
Well, we got the right fight song. Improvement.
For all of you who had the eyes of Texas as the song I was walking out to, you lost your bet.
So I just went full Matt Stairs and said, raise hell, praise Dale. God bless America and fire them up, boys.
I love it.
You know, it's really just, excited about the opportunity. Really diving into the challenge that lies ahead of us and embracing that and having fun with it. Because, this shit's hard.
But it matches one of my daughter's tattoos.
Got it. I was wondering because it's long live, right?
Yeah, it's actually live long.
Live long.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say long live is the Georgia Lions.
It is long live.
A deep lyric like this. Did I tell you your tattoo?
It is long live.
Yeah.
The only ramifications of someone constantly having you on this list or whatever other list is recruiting. Now, how can we stop that? We win more games.
Now, a Commodore could poach the elephant. I think the Commodore actually. Cornelius Vanderbilt dominated the rail scene in the 1800s. I got big respect for it. And so it's a surprising result here. Bigger upset than Vandy over Alabama last year. Give me the Commodore over the Elephant. That's my final answer.
Up, Scott.
Jim Dunaway, Lance